Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's Watchalong, Portsmouth versus Arsenal. And we're doing it for our brand new channel, the Boardroom Bants. And we're doing it in association with Claw TV. So we are going live across both platforms at the moment. So welcome to everyone in the chat. I hope you're good. Welcome to my guests for this evening, Lev. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad.
Bit tentative for tonight's game. Not sure how we're going to turn up after that result on Thursday.
Yeah,
So
I know. It's
going to be interesting.
It's going to be an hard game, innit? But we need to, as we said, get behind Arteta, get behind the players, and hopefully push through. And obviously, the results of the weekend. What a big, massive boost that was, Lev.
Yeah, it was a boost. It all obviously depends very much on how we perform ourselves. We got to put a run of games together, some results. But you know what? This is what I say to people. It's all there still to play for. I mean, who knows? We could be looking at the end of the season and thinking, I know it's strange to say, but thinking that the Europa, coming out of the Europa, might have sort of made us focus more and saved us having to travel on a Thursday, come back. And I think Arteta was struggling with sort of the rotation side of things. He wanted to play the same team over and over again. Maybe those 4 games in 11 days took it out of us. I don't know. I'm just trying to be positive, mate. Shoot me for it. But, who knows, mate? Who knows?
Exactly. Well, we've got a super chat here. I don't know if you want to answer this quickly. Thank you for your super chat. Very, very kind of you, mate. And he put, what happened with Sonny?
Mate, as far as I know, Sonny's still on his channel. That's all I'm going to say on that matter. If you want to ask what's happened with Sonny, ask Sonny. We're doing what we're doing. I wish everyone the best. We've just wanted to go a slightly different direction. We've got no ill feeling. We've got nothing bad to say about anybody. That's not the way we are. I wish everyone every success for whatever it is they want to do, and long may it continue.
Exactly. Well said, mate. Let's get on to the team news then. Let's have a look at the team for the game tonight.
This will be interesting because I've not even had a chance to look at it. I've literally come straight in, so I'm relying on you for this, mate.
Okay. Right. We've got Martinez in goal. We've got Saka left back. Villa. That's Mane, isn't it? Mane is the new. Okay. He's playing tonight. Louise and Socrates right back.
Wow. Okay.
We've got Torreira and Guendouzi in the middle. We've got Martinelli, Willock and Nelson. And we've got Eddie and Tekie out front.
Okay. What's your thoughts on that, Tel?
My thoughts. Obviously, midfield upwards, it ain't too bad, to be honest. You know what I mean? It's Eddie and Tekie, if you give him chances to get the ball across the ball into the area, then it's he will score for us tonight. You've got Martinelli, who looks hungry and wants to fight for his place. Definitely going to put in the performance tonight, I think. Nelson, we haven't seen Nelson for a couple of months now. He'll probably want to try and shine. Willock, he's either really good or he has a poor game. So hopefully he has a really good game today. I mean, Torreira, I love the guy anyway. So I think, he should be in our first team anyway. Guendouzi, he is good going forward, but when he's off the ball, he's not that fantastic for me. He's not that great. He needs to get stronger in himself and his pace and all. It's just his pace for me. He's just too slow getting back. When he goes forward, he's too slow getting back. And defence, I don't know, it's a bit iffy to me. What about you, Lev?
Mate, well, firstly, I'm very interested to see how Mari performs. I've heard some good things about him. I saw his performance against Liverpool, I think it was the Super Cup, wasn't it? A little while back. I think that was back in December. That was a tough test for him with that front line of Liverpool's, and he come out quite well from it. So, I'll be interested to see how he performs. Louise Socrates on the right. Now, Look, it's Portsmouth. Let's be realistic here. Although I've heard that Portsmouth, was it, they won their last 14 out of 15 or something like that at home. Not sure if that's the right stat. But look, my concern looking at it is Guendouzi in the middle with Torreira. I'm not quite convinced with Guendouzi, but look, he has got the potential to be box to box, perhaps. Maybe there's that. Hopefully, Torreira will be sitting in there and letting him sort of go up and down. He is a little bit more mobile than Xhaka, but he's a little bit sort of ill-disciplined. Sort of positionally, he does get sort of sidetracked and goes all over the place. So we'll be having a look at that, keeping an eye on that. Nelson, for me, the jury's out with Nelson still. There was a lot of hype about him, especially when he went to Germany for that spell. I think it was Hoffenheim. Not 100% convinced with Nelson yet. His work rate is there, but just in the final third, has he got that bit of quality to beat a man and put the ball in? Is he direct enough? I'm not too sure yet. I'm happy with Martinelli and Eddie up top. And we have got a bit of strength on the bench. We've still got Pepe and Lacazette there. Ceballos, if we need a little bit more creativity. Xhaka's still there. Maitland-Niles. I mean, I'm surprised he's gone with Socrates over Maitland-Niles. For me, the question is, what's happened since Bellerin's returned? What has happened with Maitland-Niles? Because am I the only one that thinks that Maitland-Niles' performances at right back were decent? I mean, I thought, he was solid at right back. So what's happened? Why is it since Bellerin's returned, Maitland-Niles just out? He's totally out of the equation. I don't know. I mean, it's a bit confusing for me, that, mate. I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. I mean, maybe the guys that are listening in the chat can, tell me what they think about it, because it's a bit surprising, no?
I totally agree with you, mate. I can't understand why Socrates is playing right back, to be honest. I mean, I just don't know. I just don't. Obviously, there's got to have been something gone on in the background, or he's just not fit enough yet. But one thing I will say is that obviously we've got to trust in Arteta that he obviously knows better and seen better things. Why he ain't playing him, I don't know. Otherwise, what is the answer, Lev?
As he said, I mean, look, at the end of the day, has there been a rift that we don't know about? I don't understand, because was he injured? He didn't have a serious injury as far as I'm concerned. So this is one area with Arteta that's baffling me, because personally, if you was to ask me right now, based on Bellerin's performances, I'd have him out and I'd have Maitland-Niles back in, because Bellerin.
Sorry, mate. Nathan said that there were reports he had beef with Guendouzi in Dubai and Mikel's disciplined him.
He had beef blood. Well, listen, I've heard loads of reports with regards to Guendouzi and his own attitude. I mean, I can't see there's much problem with Maitland-Niles' attitude, because we've asked a guy who's not naturally a right back to play in a position. He's never looked like he had an attitude issue. He's never looked like he's complained about it. All right, he's made it clear that his preferred position is midfield. But I just don't understand why he has. I mean, even now in a game like this, could you not? He's meant to be centre midfield. Could you not give him a run in that team as a sort of like a centre midfield? He has the energy levels for box to box. I was quite impressed with him. Why not give him a shout? I would probably prefer to give him a shout over Guendouzi. I mean, the only question mark about him is his distribution. But you know what? I could say the same about Guendouzi. So I'm a little bit confused about that, guys.
Yeah. There's a lot of questions asking where Claude is. Claude is not here tonight. He's still unwell. So we're just covering the game for him on both platforms. And I just want to thank him for, letting him advertise our own channel and his channel. And he will be doing a lot of things with us on our channel too. So he's not here tonight. We've also had a comment about who's on the bench tonight. So I'll read out who's on the bench. We've got Bert Leno obviously on the bench. Ceballos, Lacazette, Maitland-Niles, Holding, Pepe, and Granit Xhaka. What do you think of that bench, Lev?
Do you know what? I'm looking at some of the guys chatting here because it's really interesting to see what everyone else thinks. And do you know what? Holding, for example, on the bench. if he was any good, you'd think this was an opportunity for him to play, right? For me, I've got serious question marks about Holding, especially the way Arteta wants to play. He wants to play a footballing type game. I'm not convinced with Holding. I was never convinced with him, really. I mean, he looked like he was having a decent spell before he got injured, but is that because our centre backs were so poor that he stood out? I don't know. The rest, there's plenty on there if we need to sort of spice it up, and for whatever reason we're not we're not delivering with the current 11. We've got plenty on the sides. You've got Ceballos can come on and be a bit more creative. If anything, that's my concern. Midfield wise, might be lacking a little bit of creativity. I mean, who's gonna prize that defense open? I can't see Guendouzi doing it. So who's doing it? But let's get it sort of in our heads. It is Portsmouth at the end of the day. So if this team can't beat Portsmouth, this 11 here, then we got to ask questions as to what's going on with our current squad.
Exactly. Just quickly, Onionhead has said, "What about the starting 11, lads? Sorry, I'm late." So we'll just quickly run through it again, Lev, just for anyone that's running late and just joining us.
That's an interesting name, Onionhead.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm Egghead, but I've never heard of Onionhead.
Right, we've got Martinez in goal. We've got Socrates, David Luiz, what's his name? Mari, and Jan Saka in defence. We've got Guendouzi and Torreira in midfield. We've got Nelson, Willock, and Martinelli playing up front, and just in front of them, Eddie and Tekier. So
I love your pronunciations, mate.
I know. I think that's why a lot of people join, just to hear me say names. To be honest, but,
good job. Good job. Aubameyang's not playing today, isn't it, Terry?
I'll tell you what, is everyone in the comments, let us know what you think the score is going to be today. What do you think the score line is going to be? Lev, give us your score prediction for tonight, mate.
Do you know what? It's going to be interesting to see from the hangover from the Olympiacos game. But I do expect us to win sort of, I would say, a comfortable 2-0. But, let's see what happens. I mean, look, we've got to be winning at least 2-0, surely. I mean, it's a chance for people to make a statement for their sort of positions at the moment. Because let's face it, after the Olympiacos performance, if you've got anything about you, you're going to be wanting to make a statement and say, look, you got to be putting me in this team. Guendouzi should be doing that. Mari is the one that's going to be interesting me the most, because let's face it, it's going to be a bit of a baptism of fire coming in, playing away to Portsmouth when you've been in sunny Brazil for a season or two. So he's going to be tested with aerial balls and physicality for sure. So how he comes out of that should maybe give us an insight into how he'll be able to potentially handle the Premier League.
Okay. Hello, Johnny. How you doing, mate? Hope you're well.
Not bad, guys. You?
You're not bad. Just quickly, we've got Alex who's saying 3-1 to Arsenal. We've got is that Nimsy saying Pompey 1, Arsenal 3. Malcolm saying 2-1 to Arsenal. Kesh saying 3-0. Robin saying 3-1. Artekas is saying 3-1. Lob saying is saying 1-0. Darren saying 3-1. Mari to score. We have got a Pompey fan here. How you doing? Hope you're good. Pompey 2, Gunners 1. So, Johnny, what's your score prediction for tonight, mate?
I don't think it's going to be a walkover, because they're an hard team to beat at home. As I say, he's rested a few tonight as well. So obviously, and they're important players. So we haven't got Aubameyang there, who's our main goal scorer. So we're looking elsewhere. Lacazette on the bench. So yeah, it's a big game for Eddie tonight, and to prove himself again.
Yeah, it is indeed. What do you think of Nelson getting a start after?
Well, he's been a long time out. As I say, we haven't really seen much of him, have we? He had a good game against Chelsea. But apart from that, mate, I wouldn't like to comment on Nelson at the moment, because I haven't seen enough of him, to be honest, this year. I've seen like flashes, but it's a long way to go yet, and I don't know if he's going to be part of the Arsenal setup or not. We'll soon see.
Chris Davis put, let's get one thing right, Portsmouth have not lost at home this season.
That's what I was just saying. They're a really, really tough team to beat at Portsmouth at home.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that they'll be tough this season. So, you know, yeah, you just don't know, do you? You don't know how we're going to turn up today. It's going to be a really interesting sort of to look at it and see how we are mentally, right? Are we strong mentally? Because I mean, you know, there has been signs that we've been pretty strong mentally from comebacks with Chelsea and all of that when we were down to 10 men. I mean, I personally am hoping, I'm thinking that it was fatigue against Olympiacos because it's a level of fatigue. And as well as Olympiacos played, they didn't really carve us open a lot. It was just moments of lapses, and we were playing a lot with possession, but we weren't breaking them down. We were lacking a lot of zip, and I'm hoping that's what it is. As I say, maybe I'm just a glass half full kind of guy, but you know, that's me.
It's a very big game for well, it's a massive game tonight. I think a lot of eyes will be on Guendouzi.
Yeah,
because he's there's a lot of people who've been knocking Guendouzi again, sadly, because he's only a young player. But you know, I think it could be his night as well. I think a lot of eyes will be on Guendouzi tonight.
I've just seen that. Sorry, Terry. I just seen Beatbox Dre, who's a regular. He comes up with some classic comments. He reckons Laka couldn't hit a barn door. Pepe will be coming on and dribble like a little 2-year-old. But look, for me, Pepe, he'll come good. Laka, yeah, all right. He's lacking in confidence, and he's not sharp in front of goal, is he? So, you know, I could see why people think that. But I'm a little bit more optimistic with regards to Pepe, although I can understand sometimes he's a bit like a Harlem Globetrotter and he wants to beat a man a million times. So I hear what he's saying, but I'll keep an eye out for his comments. They're quite funny.
I quite like, to be honest. I quite like Pepe because I think he's, you know, as I say, Graham Souness, who doesn't like the Arsenal, he commented and said they've got a really good player there. It's just, as I say, Dennis Bergkamp took a little while, Thierry Henry took a little while. He's definitely got potential, and I mean, if you know anything about football at all, you can tell Pepe's a player. So, you know, it's just a matter of, and he does adapt to the English game. You can see he does. It's just a matter of finding a bit of confidence, and I think next year is when we judge Pepe.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Do you know what? I just hope we come out and give it our all tonight. After Thursday's result, obviously we was all disappointed, you know, but I just hope we come out and give a good game tonight. But I mean, really, with the results the weekend, like I was saying earlier, John, with the result going our way the weekend, I mean, that should be a big boost for Arsenal.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'll tell you what, we got to give it to Nuno. I mean, how good are Wolves at the moment?
Yeah.
What Wolves are it looks like Lev's. Oh, you're frozen out there, Lev, a little bit.
Who, me?
Oh, you did then. Yeah, I don't know. You're back now. Yeah, it's like it was Matrix again. It's like, yeah, but no, yes. And Wolves are a really good side, aren't they? You know, Spurs. To be fair, Spurs scored 2 goals at home. I know they're not a great side, but then again, they did well. They've done well.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, and don't forget, I mean, we've got West Ham now the weekend, you know, which is obviously going to be an hard game because obviously they're fighting for their lives down at the relegation zone. But, I mean, we're at home, really, we should be winning that. And everyone is playing, all the top teams that are above us are playing each other this weekend. So we will have a game in hand again. And hopefully if the results go our way again, boys, I mean, we could be realistically looking at only being 3 or 4 points off of top 4.
Yeah, it's as I say, it's not totally dead in the water for Arsenal. So, Diesel, what a sexy panel we have on tonight, and I reckon we'll do it 3-1. This man, do you know what? The Zoolander himself, Diesel. I tell you, honestly, mate, the man is sex on legs. I'll tell you, you want to see him on the catwalk? Unbelievable. Keep it clean.
I'll leave that to you, Johnny, mate.
Oh, what's it? Unknown Drew said, have I been knighted? Yes, 3 times.
Chris Davis put, Johnny, do you agree that this is the only cup we are left in, so should go all out to win it?
Chris, I think personally, mate, I don't know if you're old school like me, but I think Arsenal or any team, because obviously there's a lot of people that pay a lot of money to watch Arsenal, we should go for any cup competition. The FA Cup's the FA Cup. To me, it's a very important. So we should go out for everything. Absolutely everything. And it's always been that. And even the Carling Cup for me, or whatever it's called now, Arsenal should go for every single thing. And I think that's right for any football team. All fans pay a hell of a lot of money for football nowadays, and they want to see their team win. Now, I don't mind taking it on the chin, losing, etc. But at the end of the day, you should go for the games. You should go for the games.
Sorry, Johnny. I was just thinking about the way you were talking about Diesel when they're saying about taking it on the chin. And I just had, I was just sorry, mate. Sorry, mate.
No, Diesel's too clean for that. He tidies it right up.
Oh God, that's just terrible. Oh God, out of my head. That's a terrible vision. Yeah.
Watershed, Lev. Come on, man.
What do you think? We should go all out for this cup?
What's that, mate?
I said, what do you think? Do you think we should go all out for this cup?
Do you know what, mate? I mean, look, it's not like we've got an abundance of options now, is it? So it's got to be the league, and it's got to be this, this cup. What else can we go for? I think the fact of the matter is, it gives Arteta a chance to look at players and really see what we're about and our mentality. So yeah, you've got to go for it, mate. You've got to go for it. What other options have you got? But I'd love us to put a run together in the league. I really would. That's what I'd like. I'd like to see some consistency and some steel, and I'd like to see us bounce back from a bad result and prove that we're not the weak, fragile team that we used to be. And Arteta has instilled some steel into that team. So let's see. But yeah, you've got to go for everything. How else is he going to sort of get them to play his way and learn how to play his way without actually challenging for things?
MJ just said as well. I just noticed. MJ, yeah, but he goes. But he just said he goes unpopular opinion. It's not an unpopular opinion, mate. You're right. David Luiz is a better captain than Aubameyang. He is Arsenal's captain, in my opinion. He's a leader. He's a winner. He's played against John Terry. He knows the game. He's been brilliant under Arteta. I love Aubameyang. I think he's one of the best strikers in the world. But David Luiz is Arsenal's captain for me. So no, I think you're spot on.
I never liked the striker being a captain anyway. I don't like it. I think a captain should either, for me, I'm old school. It should either be a centre-back, unless you've got someone like a Stuart Pearce type fullback, or your centre midfielder. Like that. That's how I was brought up, to think like, your Brian Robsons, your Patrick Vieira types, or your Roy Keanes. They're your captains, all right? Not your centre forward. Do you know what I mean?
You're spot on, Lev. And if you look at that team tonight, Claude TV, hello, Sir Johnny. Billy, how are you doing, mate? Basically, 100%, David Luiz is the captain, and Arteta's picked right. He should be captain tonight. If you look at that team there, David Luiz is the Arsenal captain, and he should be.
Do you know what? I don't know. I would go someone like, I know he's only little, but Torreira. He takes it to the teams. He puts challenges in. I like my captain. I like to see my captain lead from the front, like lead by example. Do you know what I mean? Put that first challenge in, and everyone else looks at him and goes, "Oh, that's what he's doing. I've got to be doing it." I don't know.
I just think Luiz is a leader. Full stop. If you watch him, he's the one who does the most talking, shouting, and but we'll see.
There you go, Johnny. You got a big fan in Alex. Alex said that you should be the captain.
I tried telling these guys for our new show that I'll be the captain. They said, you're fucking lucky we're entertaining you on it. Because we've got a new show coming up, football, and these guys are saying, Johnny, we don't want you on here, mate, but we feel sorry for you. We'll let you come on as like a soft pigletty kind of creature. So, yeah.
He really don't need his massage his ego anymore. Jesus Christ, Johnny.
No, Lev,
seriously.
Honestly, mate, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here today. I love you, bro. You know what I mean?
Oh, shut up, Johnny. Stop it.
Lev, we had two names for our new show, didn't we? It was either the Baldwin Bants or the Johnny Show, wasn't it? Those were the two that we were.
The Johnny Boys or the Rubber Johnnies. I don't know which one it was. I can't remember.
I mean, guys, it's up to you. We've got football just kicking off now. I can talk about me for 90 minutes if you want. I don't really. It's up to you. I don't mind.
Do you know what? I agree with you. You could talk about you for 90 minutes, mate. 100%. I'm not.
Oh dear.
Go on, you can read that one out there.
Unknown driller. They wearing hats indoors because their hairlines receded. Only Terry's hair-like is still alive. I think you mean hairline. Firstly, mate, I wear hats indoors because I like hats, but I get cold sometimes. Look, I don't hide it. I'm bald. I was bald on the last show. You could have checked it out. But there you go. Look at that. But look, it's smooth. It's smooth.
I used to have an afro, driller. I used to have an afro, so it's tamed down by my hat now.
Mate, even my hair couldn't stand me. We had a fallout. There you go. So it is what it is, mate. But I like wearing hats. Thanks, Unknown Driller. That was a really deep and meaningful question, mate. Or not even a question, statement. Cheers.
I think you look nice in that hat left, to be honest. I would.
Oh, would you?
Without doubt, mate. If we weren't live, I mean, you know what I mean?
Oh, it's another show. Another show.
You know what? Is it me or does it look? It looks dark there. Ain't they got some of their floodlights working or what?
I think you could be right there, Terry. So there's some really good people in the chat tonight, and they're having a laugh and a joke. I like all that.
Yeah, well, that's what it's all about, and that's what our new show is incorporating, isn't it, Lev?
Mate, I'm not even talking right now. I'm really upset about that hairline comment. So I just like whatever. Just talk about the game, whatever, mate. Just get on with it, you know.
We all like this is what our show is going to be about, and all. This is why we've done it. It's because obviously we're as well as being serious, we're all about having a laugh and a joke, innit, boys?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's what it's all about. Basically, I've said it a few times. Anyone that has seen me speak on this show, I won't bore people to death with it, but there's too much hate on social media. I've suffered it. And at the end of the day, it's all about having a laugh, getting on. And we want people that have even fallen out with us personally to come on the show. Because at the end of the day,
cut my hair.
Yeah, we should all start support. Yeah, like Unknown Driller. Come on the show, mate. Let's talk about hair. I mean, do you know what I mean? But products.
That's a show. I'm not going to be on that one, mate. I'm not being on that show.
Soul Glow coming to America. You know what I mean?
You got that soul glow.
But everyone's welcome, and that's what it's all about. We just want to have a laugh. There's too much hate in the world, as I say. And my friend, I said it before. My friend, he was. I won't go into too much detail, but he was bullied, and he took his own life on a serious note. And this has really made me think, well, hold on a minute, and I heard a very sad story as well regarding social media of a young lad that killed himself, and then his mum couldn't handle it, so she took her own life, and the young lad was bullied. So that's how cruel it can be and how nasty it can be. So, we're trying to get everyone involved to have a laugh, have a joke. We're not about who's the best podcast, who's this, who's that. Anyone's welcome on here. Let's have a laugh. That's all it's about. Simple as that.
We've got a super chat here from
Shaheen. Let's all have a laugh at my expense. Do you know what I mean?
Got a super chat here from Shaheen. Thank you for your donation, Shaheen. And what a fella this man is. He's one of the boardroom bands guys, and he's put why not make the Knowles at right back? He was going well there. Surely he would have had to start ahead of Socrates there. What's your thoughts on that, Johnny?
Hello, Shaheen, by the way, as well. Another Zoolander of the world. But the thing is, it's squad rotation, isn't it? And we've got Portsmouth. He's just going to try. I think we can't really judge Arteta until next year. This year, none of these players are his. So what he's doing, he's sussing them out where they are. So I can't really judge any team. Not saying you are, Shaheen, at all, mate, but I can't judge anything that he does at the moment because the man is clearly looking at who plays where, and this is his opportunity this year. He's got a bit of a, he's all right. They've signed him up to say, look, get hold of it, sort it out first of all, and then next season we'll judge you. That's clear to me. So. It's very clear to me what they're doing with Arteta. So he's, long way to go yet.
Corner comes in. Go on, Lev. What's your feelings on that? Oh, I think we have got a frozen Lev.
Earlier on, mate. I don't. Am I still frozen?
Oh,
am I still here?
Yeah, you keep freezing, mate.
Yeah, you're still here, mate. Go on.
Your hair, right?
Yeah, you know why? Because I'm streaming the great game at the same time. Will you shut up about my hair, Johnny? I'm gonna fucking. Anyway, you know how I feel about that. But you know how I feel about the whole Maitland-Niles thing. I don't understand it personally. It don't make sense to me. Even if he's going to make way for Bellerin, surely he should be the backup, and he hasn't even made that. So I totally agree with Shaheen on that one. It's not making any sense to me.
I mean, does he fancy him personally? As in, not that way, obviously for dinner, but does he personally not fancy him in the squad? We just don't know, do we? I know what we're seeing, but is he seeing something in training that we're not?
No, I totally agree with you. Go on, Lev. Go on.
I don't know. I mean, what could he have seen? What could he have seen? I mean, for me, he performed all right. There's been a lot worse than Maitland-Niles, recently. I mean, you could have said the same thing about Mustafi, and look, he's been given a chance. So I don't know. It's a strange one for me.
It is strange. I agree with you. The only thing is, I'm just saying, like, it's horses for course. It's like, Emery. I know it's Emery, different manager, but what didn't he see in Torreira that we did, or what play? Or has he done so? You just don't know, do you? Is it the attitude as well, not necessarily the playing ability? There's so many factors, and obviously Arteta must know. Well, we hope we know what he's doing. But yeah, I totally understand where you're coming from, Lev. But is there just something that we haven't seen professionally? I don't know.
I think, like you said, Johnny, do you know what I mean? He's just sussing out all his players at the moment, obviously getting ready for the new season. Obviously, he's going to try and push us. But like I said, for me, I ain't going to question what Arteta is doing at the moment, because obviously he must be seeing stuff in training or in the under-23 games that they're playing or whatever that is not coming off. And like someone said earlier, apparently there was a bit of beef with Maitland-Niles and Guendouzi when they was in Dubai. So maybe it stems from that a little bit, and he's just sort of giving him the cold shoulder at the moment and making him learn his lesson. Because I do get that with Arteta. I don't think he's going to be a walkover manager. If you piss him off in any way, I do think he will shut you out.
And that's what Arsenal have needed for so long.
Yeah, exactly. You're right, Johnny.
And I love Arsene Wenger. Don't get me wrong.
First shot. Oh.
I love Arsene Wenger, and I had a respect for him. But in the end, I think he treated him like a dad, really.
Yeah. Rafael, excited.
I don't know if you treat Cypriot dad wouldn't have put up with it.
What's that?
Just saying, if he treated them like a Cypriot dad it would have been a different matter. Hold on. Here we go.
Got a corner here for Portsmouth. Comes in. Oh, well out by David Luiz there. Great header out. But Portsmouth still got it in. Coming back in. And again, Luiz. Oh, yes. Come on.
I was very surprised.
Socrates gets it back out. And we're good at it. We're all right.
I was really surprised when you just obviously debate when you guys obviously I joined the show 15 minutes for end. I was really shocked the majority of you said who's got to go and who's got to stay. I was really shocked that the majority said Luiz go. I was really surprised.
Really?
Well, yeah, not giving him another year. I would have certainly Luiz could play another year on the squad in the squad at least.
Yeah,
look,
but
he's our best central defender, really.
Look, there is a case to keep him for the youngsters coming through. His experienced head. You've got Saliba coming in next season. He might be useful in that sense, but I don't know, mate. For me, the problem we've had, the problem we've had over the years is getting. Can you still hear me?
Yeah. Go on.
Oh, look, Springer. The problem we've had over the years is that we've had Silvestri and Gallas and all cast-offs. And I just don't do that.
Oh, Mari headed it out. Well done. They're still winning with a chance here, Portsmouth. No, well done.
That was beautiful there.
See, that's what Mari's got at least. He's got a bit of height, hasn't he?
Come on. We was just too slow there. Willock was on the halfway line. He's had to turn back and we've gone backwards. That's the thing. We need to get our lines out quicker, boys.
What's happening with this Cedric guy from Southampton, the fullback? Is he still injured?
Yeah, I think he's still injured. He's returning from injury. Yeah.
Is he any good?
Of what I've seen of him and what I can remember, he's not a bad player. But is he a player that I would have went out and bought? No, it ain't. But obviously, like I said, Arteta has seen something in him, or the board has seen something in him. So at the moment, I'm going to go with what they're going to say. We've got a chance here, Willock. Just on the outside of the box, Nelson back to Willock. Cross comes in. No, straight to the keeper's hands.
Mr. Springer,
that's
Mr. Springer,
another thing, though, isn't it? Like he's brought a right back.
All right, Keith, I'm all right. Been busy.
Good. Nice to see you, mate. Nice to see you.
Yeah, him buying that right back.
11 minutes on.
Does it mean he doesn't rate Niles at all?
Say that again, Lev.
I said him buying it right back means he doesn't rate Maitland-Niles at all. I mean, he's not even playing. Once Cedric comes back, then there's two right backs there. So then what happens with Maitland-Niles?
Well, is he thinking he's a midfielder? That's the thing.
Well, why isn't he giving him a go?
Exactly. I agree with you, Lev. There, if he wants him to play in midfield, surely tonight's game would have been a great time for him to start. But we've got Torreira on the floor at the moment. He's rolling about.
Looks like he's in a lot of pain.
He looks like he's in a lot of pain here.
Oh yeah.
Oh mate, you don't want to be losing him.
You got the ball though. Yeah.
It looks like
Portsmouth got the ball. I don't know what he's done. He's still on the floor in pain, boys.
Don't you think Ainsley Maitland-Niles has got a bad attitude though?
maybe that's got something to do. That's what we
like when he comes into the training time and stuff like that.
Mm.
I mean,
I've never experienced it. I've never seen it. I mean, I've seen Guendouzi having a bit of an attitude. I mean, if you're going to base it on attitude, then should Xhaka be playing? If they're going to base it on attitude, then
they're never going to stop. They're never going to stop Xhaka from playing, are they? Do you know what I mean?
But then there's different forms of attitude, isn't there? There's different forms of what the attitude is. With Xhaka, there's a confidence, as in I'm a good player and no fucker's going to bring me down. But there's another kind of attitude where, like, I'm the bollocks and I'm going to do this or I'm going to piss you off, or a childish sort of side.
No, they're called for the stretcher, boys. They're called for the stretcher.
Oh no, man! See, that's a big blow. That is for us.
They're called for the stretcher.
That is a big blow.
The stretcher's coming on. Just while that's coming on, Alex has asked a question, boys. What do you think the score will be tonight? Colin, Sprinter?
2-0. 2-0 Arsenal. Or Portsmouth might just nick it 1-0. You can't rule them out. You know what we like. You can't rule them out. Do you get what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah. Johnny?
I'm going to go 2-0 Arsenal.
Okay, Lev?
I've already gone 2-0. I'm going to stick with that.
Go on, Johnny, you was going to say, sorry?
Well, I was just going to say, this looks very serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's looking like what they're holding. It could be end of the season, possibly this.
Yeah, I was going to say that,
yeah. He doesn't go down easy either. He gets up quite quick. Oh, shit, they're holding his leg in place. It looks like he's broken his ankle.
Well,
I reckon he has.
Tobias is coming on for him, but this is bad news for Arsenal again. Whenever we seem to get one step forward, we seem to take 2 steps back, unfortunately.
Do you know what? And he's the only natural DM we have, being honest. Yeah. He's the only one we have.
You know who might have to play in that position? Luis.
Yes.
You know what? I've always said he could do that. I've always said he could do
it. Yeah.
You know, I don't see why we wouldn't, because you've got enough centre-back cover now.
Exactly, Liv. Exactly.
You know, if he's not going to rate Maitland-Niles to play in that position, but then you could say Maitland-Niles could do it potentially. But yeah, I would go David Luiz. I've seen him play in that position before, and you know what? It suits him more than a centre-back, because if he makes a mistake with a ball, gives it away or whatever, it's not so costly, is it? and he'll protect the front four.
It's going to end up to defenders, isn't it? That's true.
Yeah, yeah.
And to be fair, he's probably one of the best passers in the team as well.
Yeah, exactly. He's a good footballer. You can't say he's not.
Yeah, Ceballos is coming.
Oh, man, that's a totally different type of midfielder, isn't it? Going with Ceballos, that's gone from having a DM to someone who's more creative.
Yeah. No, he's off on the stretcher. So if anyone's just joining us, Torreira, unfortunately, after 15 minutes, has gone off on a stretcher.
Already in the game as well.
I've got a funny feeling, lads, that's the last we'll be seeing him this season. By judging what they were doing.
Oh, it's gutting, really. Gutting. Again.
Well, this will bring more attack to the Arsenal game, actually.
Well, 16 minutes gone. It's still Portsmouth 0, Arsenal 0. The game still really hasn't got going. It's been broken up for about 3-4 minutes with the Torreira injury now. And we're just back underway, everyone. Daniel's, but sometimes I feel like Arsenal almost set out to keep Arsenal players, or just paranoid.
Well, yeah, I suppose Daniel, you got a right to be paranoid, because the fact is, I mean, we're just unlucky. It does happen a lot to Arsenal. You know, it's just one of them things, mate. But I understand your paranoia about it. I mean, it just seems to happen to us at the wrong time.
Well, mate, do you know what,
maybe
Johnny?
I'm getting out the violence.
Do you know, I was having a chat with someone else about this the other day. I mean, think about how many players that we've had that have had really bad injuries, that had a lot of potential. DRB, Wiltshire.
Yeah.
You had Eduardo. Eduardo had a terrible leg break. Ramsey had a leg break. I mean, it happens a lot to us, doesn't it? It does happen a lot. I mean, Eduardo was...
Adeliri, that striker, he was always injured.
Yeah.
But when he was good. Another one, you're right.
But even
so
like
we've had
longer injuries for other players, like Theo Walcott, you know, he was out for a long time with injuries. Yeah. Jack Wiltshire had a lot of injuries. You know, we just seem to have these players that are out for a long time, you know.
It's a shame.
DRB was one of the worst ones for me.
DRB was fantastic. He got injured, didn't he?
And Eduardo. Yeah. Eduardo was a bad one too. He had so much.
Was bad.
He was going to be brilliant. Yeah.
He was never the same after that injury, but you're right. He was brilliant, man.
Oh, was that?
He would have been amazing for us. Yeah.
It was at Birmingham. That's when Gallas sat on the pitch crying at the end, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then was it a penalty as well that wasn't Clichy? It just all went bad for us that day.
Yeah, it was just a bad day at the office.
It was a bad day, mate. It was really bad.
We've had a few of those, lads.
Get on the fucking pitch, mate. You know, so language.
I remember being in the stand, and one of the guys had the phone. I remember it clear as day, and they said, "Oh, Sky Sports are not showing it because it's horrific." So basically, the bone came out of the leg, so they quickly took it off the.
Well done, Louise. There. Come on.
Nice football by Arsenal there. Very nice.
Need to push on there, though.
That is what a ball.
That's a ball. Is that Socrates, yeah?
Yeah, what a ball, man.
Martinelli.
Oh, Martinelli.
That's a goal, isn't it?
That's why he's playing right back. That's why he's right back. What a ball that was.
Kai's put, why was Torreira subbed? He's gone off injured, Kai. He's gone off injured. It looks like we're fucking an ankle break or something like that. It looks like it's going to be his last action of this season, unfortunately. What about you, boys? Do you reckon that?
Yeah, it looked that way. Like,
it didn't look great, did it?
No.
Ball's coming. Oh, it has.
Who's that? Saka?
Yeah.
That's a great chance gone missing again.
Do you know what? We do miss a lot of chances, don't we?
Yes,
if you think about it, I mean, the Chelsea games you could have put to bed, we didn't. When we were on top of teams, we seem to miss a lot of chances. I don't understand why.
And what annoys you is that, Lev, is that we've got the quality to finish it. That's where you can't explain it. You know, we've
got enough. We've got enough going forwards. There's plenty of goals there, but
I agree.
I don't know, mate.
No, it's a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah.
So as I say, it's 20 minutes in. You know, it's mind you, we've been here before, haven't we? We say Arsenal look comfortable and that, and all of a sudden, bang.
I know they're running.
John.
What's that, mate?
I said we've done that Thursday night.
We did, mate. Me and you. That was that. It ended up. It was so good. It was going so well, wasn't it? And then, bosh, It was like candid camera. It was like, oh my god! I was trying to sneak out the screen.
I'm not even laughing at the game. You know what I'm laughing at? Just it's a bad night, mate. A bad night.
Oh, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, I got that knighthood. Yeah, and I am evil. Just to let you know. But thanks for asking. Thanks for asking, my friend.
That's a foul.
I'm friggin' evil.
Evil.
Dr. Evil from your bone here. Stroke, Mr.
I love those films.
Stroke Kitty.
Scally don't.
You want to be the big boy, Lev? Huh? Jeff. Nice to meet you, Jeff. Well, sort of. Can't see your face, but you know.
My name's Jeff.
Yes, Johnny. Johnny, you better not say it, man. They might say you're racist, you know what I mean?
Don't, man. Oh, yeah. My God. I don't need that. Oh, my God.
Springer, we nominate you for those gags, Springer.
Right, here we go. We're on the attack here, boys. Come on.
I'll do a rule, Lev. I'll do a rule, bro.
Blacker. Go on.
Yeah, you could do those ones, mate.
Springer's made me die there. I'm laughing inside. Oh, dear.
Pompey Yazza has put Arsenal player Torreira taken straight to the waiting ambulance behind Fratton End on way to Queen Alexandra Hospital. Bad break. Given applause, Randy, by the home fans.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
He has broke it. I thought he might.
I can't believe that. I just cannot believe that.
Well, I can, dude. That's how it is with us.
It is. That's sad, but you know, it's staying next season, isn't it? If it's broken, like that's the positive of it.
He will be next season. Yeah, thanks for that, Springer. That's a real positive, that, mate. Cheers.
Break your legs, so I'll get another year's contract out of him.
There's no way he's walking out because he's broken his leg. Oh, cheers.
Yeah, again.
Oh, this possibly out.
Come on. Too much. Just too much.
Early doors, or what are we saying about the new centre-back guys?
Mari, not really had much.
He's been pretty assured. I'm not used to seeing a tall centre-back at the back.
No.
He's not really had much to do at the moment, so you can't really comment on it, can you, really? Let's be honest. I mean, there's, 24 minutes
you know what? We are keeping possession well. We're going at them.
I mean, I think they've got a chance here.
Socrates just done that. Socrates, man.
Portsmouth. That's a corner to Portsmouth.
I mean,
there we go. This is where I want to see Mari come forward. I want him to come out and head this out. That's what I want.
Last time we had
Mari.
He's absolutely slaughtered the header away. He caned it.
How long's Mustafi out for, guys?
Where's he at?
I don't know.
He's not injured, is he?
No, because he was training the other day, wasn't it? I'm like, I think.
Yeah, he come off with cramp, didn't he?
I thought he had the hamstring injury.
Corner comes in. Well saved by the keeper.
I think it was more of a.
Come on.
Precaution.
I think it was more of a tight hamstring. Yeah.
Can you believe that we're talking about Mustafi in the same way?
Yeah, it's unbelievable, isn't it? Really, when you think about it.
I don't care. He's still not good enough.
Dude, if he carries on playing like that till the end of the season, that's a tough
call. He'd be a squad player, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's a tough one, isn't it? Great question.
Because let's be honest, we ain't buying up on Moncano. I'm fed up of people saying we're going to get. No, let me stop right there. I'm fed up of people saying we're going to get Upamecano. We ain't getting him.
No, that's a game over, isn't it? That ain't happening.
He's going Man City, mate. Do you know what I mean? Or something like that.
Everyone's got it.
Jeff has put Terry, would you at the Fury Wilder fight? Yes, I was, mate.
Of course he was, mate.
I was there. We were doing a little thread on that on our new channel with some live footage of the live weigh-ins and actual live at the fight, and a few of the celebrities that I see while I was out there. So watch your space, mate. Watch your space.
Yeah, thanks for that, Terry. That was really good,
There's
mate.
Footage of Terry getting spanked. Yeah, footage of Terry getting spanked because he didn't finish his steak.
Listen, Mr. T was unhappy with me. You've seen the picture, boys.
Shit. Oh,
no, mate, it was fantastic, Jeff. What an experience, I must admit, mate. Unbelievable experience, unbelievable atmosphere. Even the build-up on the Friday and the Saturday in the MGM, that's where I stayed, where it was actually being held. The fans that was there, I mean, they just overtook the hotel, mate. It was fantastic.
All on Boardroom Band's budget, wasn't it, Terry? All on the Boardroom Band's budget.
I don't think I've thanked you guys enough for sending me out there, boys. So thank you very much. That was great.
Still haven't seen the receipts, mate. Still haven't seen the receipts.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yes. Right. Come on. Here we go. Portsmouth on the attack here.
It's cutting through our midfield.
Yeah. Oh.
Well defended.
Oh, that was dangerous play there.
Yeah. They've gone really quick, Portsmouth. Cross comes in.
Great cross.
What an header. Why ain't no one picking him up? That was exactly the same as Thursday night.
Yeah, that was
what I'm saying. In the air, we're terrible. We're always susceptible to crosses and corners and set pieces. If you look at all our goals that we've conceded the last 2-3 games, it's all been from aerial balls.
No, Fury won't retire.
Yeah, Daniel thought, will Fury retire? He could go on, I reckon. I think it's coming from the back of his wife in the newspaper saying that she's begging him to give up boxing after he's fought AJ.
He'll kill him, destroy him.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to fight AJ. I think AJ's going to carry on ducking him, to be honest.
I think obviously we've got
I don't. I think that's going to happen.
Yeah, we've got the rematch, haven't we, now in July of Wilder again, which I don't think anybody wants really because, Fury beat him in the first fight, let's be honest, absolutely smashed him and absolutely annihilated him in the second. So why on earth they're having a third? I don't know. But there's talks at the moment.
I don't see the point of it.
They're trying to make it happen for July. Do you know that? July, that soon.
Yeah, July. Yeah, it's going to be in July. I think it's
already... He's going to beat him anyway, and then after, do you know what I mean? The AJ fight after that. Do you get what I mean?
That's why they're doing it quick sprints. I think they're doing it in July. Yeah. I think AJ's is in June or July, and then obviously they'll be looking for a December.
AJ's is June the 20th.
June the 20th.
AJ's June the 20th.
Right.
There's only one Lev. He's fighting a Pulev. Any other Lev is a Pulev. Remember that. Yeah.
Imagine celebrating the trophy you were.
They're in.
12 games. You know what? We drove 12 games. What's his name? Jamie Gaming.
Who?
One of these comments. Man United fan.
Where is Claude? That one.
No, he said something. Imagine celebrating a trophy where you drew 12 games.
Oh, imagine celebrating a trophy where you drew 12 games and the trophy looks like you.
Imagine celebrating a championship. Who would celebrate a championship? I mean, come on, mate.
All I can say is that Jamie, all that time you was dominant in the Premiership, you couldn't achieve it. You couldn't achieve it, mate. So there you go. It's an achievement in itself.
Do you know? I think it's sad with Man United fans because I'll be honest with you, they have produced one of the greatest teams, greatest managers, greatest footballing squads of all time, and sadly, it's never enough for their fans because the thing is, they don't appreciate others. United have always been like that. It's sad because I'll put my hands up. They produced.
Here we go. In. Cross. Oh.
Man United have produced some wonderful, wonderful players and a great, great manager in Alex Ferguson, but they think it's their divine right to win the league every year. And you forget, I don't know how long you've been supporting football or supporting United, but you never won the title for 25 years, pal. So there was a time when Man United was struggling as well.
See, one thing I would say, John, right, is I gave United loads of respect when they were winning the leagues and stuff. And that time when we were going head to head with them, they were the team, right, to beat, right?
Yeah.
So I got respect for that team, and I got respect for everything they've done. I got respect for the treble and all of the stuff. So Alex Ferguson, he rebuilt all the time. You've got to give him credit for doing that. But then on the flip side, boys, you've got to give other teams credit. Like, okay, 12 draws, right? But let's look at it this way. There's been teams that have won the league and they had 9 defeats. You know what I mean? So I'd rather my team was strong enough not to lose those games that they could have lost, rather than have 9 defeats, have 12 draws. I mean, there was a lot of games we could have lost, and the team had the steel to come back from it.
Yeah.
I mean, so come on, give the guys some credit. We're unbeaten, and that's the end of it. Get over yourselves. 49 undefeated.
There's a lot of banter as well. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'll put my hands up. I mean,
I'm laughing what the thing said. His mum said bed soon.
Even the Arsenal fans, you've got to realise some of the younger Arsenal fans, Claude will back me on this. Liverpool, I've seen a lot of fans, Arsenal fans, having said, I don't want Liverpool to win the title. I don't want it. But they forget, mate. I don't forget. I can remember when Arsenal won the title, and I've seen Liverpool fans, and I've been there, stand up and applaud Arsenal and for their abilities, and the 49ers when we played them, and they literally clapped Arsenal. So, sadly, there's not enough respect now. I'm not saying praise them.
They deserve to win the title, because you know what? It's going to piss Man United fans off as well.
That's the funniest part.
Liverpool fans just brag, mate. You ain't going to be able to shut them up, but I want to see it. I want to see it. Do you know what I mean? I want to see them going over the top, because they deserve it at the end of the day.
Yeah, I totally agree, Springer. You're right. And
the official Barack Obama YouTube channel. How you doing, ex-president? I hope you're good.
We get them all on our show, don't we, mate? We get them all on our show.
He said, dude, what happened to Torreira? What happened to Torreira, Lev?
Broke his ankle, mate. That's what it looks like anyway. Yeah. But Barack, we'll talk about it later at the White House. Well, he's not there anymore, but he's getting us behind the scenes for our next podcast, apparently.
Arteta's 81 is putting Pepe on. Get Pepe on. Man.
Bit early, yeah.
Too early.
Already?
Too early, mate. Too early.
As he, some of the lads on here are ruthless. Put Pepe on. They're just not having it. They're not having it, are they?
Nah, mate. They're on the Bob Martins tonight.
I reckon some of these lads would have kept Torreira on with one leg.
That's push him with a stick. They'd have him on.
Sprinter, 33 minutes gone. Give us a little update of how you think the game's been going.
It's 50-50, man. Do you know what I mean? We ain't really done nothing. We're just running around. We ain't done nothing. Here's Guendouzi. Watch, see? We ain't done nothing.
See, problem.
I'm sure we've had more chances as well.
Yeah, boys. Yeah.
Why
did we let that run?
This keeps on happening, though, Tevi. This keeps on happening. And they've had more chances than us.
Yeah, we're just...
They're starting to grow more into the game, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, this was the concern, wasn't it? About, like...
Jamie, just to give you... He's put, you are underachieving massively. I thought you would get top 4. You are 10th in the worst season for God knows how long. Jamie, just to let you know, we are 10th, but we've got a game in hand over you. If we win that, we're 2 points behind you.
And how much money have you spent over the last few years, Jay? And,
And not only
that... I don't even know what Jamie's doing on the channel, to be honest. Yeah, because I'll tell you what, I won't be on the Man United Watchalong, so I don't even know what Jamie's doing.
You know what? Let them come on. It's fine. Come on, have a chat with us. I don't care. But fact of the matter is...
Just put the thumbs down button as well, Jamie. I don't want to see you liking the thumbs up. Put the thumbs down.
The thing is, you've got to realise it's all a laugh and a joke with banter, but it's like with Jamie.
It is.
Jamie's clearly, very sore and he despises the Arsenal through jealousy, which is understandable, because they're a great side.
Who couldn't be jealous?
What did Guendouzi just do? Why he got a yellow card?
I didn't see.
Soul glow. I think he said soul glow.
Mate, he always gets yellow cards. Him and Xhaka are just always get yellow cards.
There we
Go.
go.
Get a yellow card.
Go on, Eddie.
Oh, well played. Oh,
handball.
Nice
He was
turn.
through there and all. He was through.
It was. Yeah,
I'm a tad behind you boys, I think.
What's new then?
Stream.
Topper has put, Arteta basically says with this lineup, we're focusing all on the league. Listen, I haven't got a problem with that if he is, because I want to finish as high up in the table as possible. And like I said earlier on, if no one heard me, you know what I mean? We've got a game in hand and we've got West Ham in our next game. Now, if we was to beat West Ham at home, that's 3 points. We would be 4 points off of Chelsea, who are a top 4.
I mean,
it's misleading, isn't it? It's really misleading the table right now. There's literally like a few points between a number of teams. So I wouldn't really look at it and go, look, they're 10th, whatever, because a couple of games here and there, and suddenly we could be 4th or 5th. Well, not 4th, but 5th at least. So.
But I think the thing is as well, squad rotation. We have got the players. The younger players should be stepping up a little bit, and squad rotation is important, especially at this time.
Yeah.
But
we should be beating Portsmouth, really, though.
Well, it's to say first half, so still way to go.
No, that's what I'm saying. This team should still be good enough to beat Portsmouth.
Yeah.
About squad rotation, but there's plenty on there. I don't want to talk about Tottenham. Don't talk about Tottenham.
What did he say? What was the question?
I don't know. I get dyslexic when I see Tottenham come up.
I don't want to see nothing about Tottenham on this channel. All right.
Chicken on a beach ball. Good to see you, Terry.
The league seems to be getting the league seems to be getting harder every year, because even last year when we could have finished top 4, we didn't. It's so close all the time now. It's like no one's really running away with top 4 no more. Do you get me? Like 4th or 3rd place. It's tight.
Although the lower teams have got better, haven't they? The lower teams have got stronger.
Yeah.
That's the thing. But there's other teams. Maybe that season Leicester won it was a sign of things to come, because then like you've had other teams come through, haven't you? Like Wolves, Sheffield United, all those type of teams. I mean, it's more difficult now, definitely.
Very true.
Is it the top guys getting worse or the bottom guys getting better? Personally, I think it's the bottom guys getting better, because we're doing well in Champions League and all of that, so it can't be our league getting any weaker.
Look at Wolves. Look at Wolves. They're
Yeah, Wolves, you're right.
Wolves are a good side.
Christopher, good to see you, Terry. Are you not with Sonny anymore? Good to see you, Christopher. Nice to see you back in the chat, mate. Hope you come and subscribe to our new channel. But unfortunately, I'm not with Sonny anymore. I just wanted to go and do new stuff. I'm doing it with these boys. I've gone in a different direction. We will be talking about Arsenal, but we'll be doing most sports, to be honest. So I just wanted a new challenge, mate. I hope Sonny's channel does really well. I've got no animosity against him or anybody on the show. And that's about it, mate. So I hope you subscribe to our channel.
Terry, very quickly, there's a comment by Mohammed Al-Kush, quite a cool name. It's top team getting worse, right? How are you saying top teams are getting worse when last season Liverpool won it, right? We're beating the top teams at the moment in Europe. So how can you be saying that it's the top teams getting worse? That don't make sense to me at all.
Oh, well done, David Luiz. Oh, he's through Eddie. Oh, Eddie.
Oh, come on.
See, that's why David Luiz should play centre. That's why he should play in midfield sometimes. That was outstanding.
He's done it for Brazil, and I've seen him do it for PSG.
Yeah, he's like a Obayawa. No, he's proper. He's got it. He's there.
He was unlucky there. He just snatched
I think he's
it.
a good shot. I think he's a good shot. You know what?
What's that, Sprint?
Eddie Nketiah. He's going to be a good striker, ain't he? Nketiah.
Do you know
He
what?
just needs more time.
Old school.
For me, Eddie is an old school striker. He's not going to score wonder goals. He's a goal poacher.
No, he's more like a goal hanger. Yeah.
He reminds me a bit of like Gary Lineker. Do you know what I mean? If you put the ball in between the sticks, he will definitely score your goals all the time.
Here we go. Great ball. Well played. That's it. It's all gone quiet over there.
Is this a library?
Oh dear. What a day.
We just
I like Eddie Pace and I want him to score. Yeah, I think we all do.
Anyone would do right now, to be honest, mate.
The thing is, if you're going to play people like Eddie, you've got to have wingers, I reckon, putting the ball in that box. And he's got to be in that box. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like
where he is now. Do you know what I mean? He's coming to pick the ball up near the halfway line. Do you know what I mean? We need him just to stay in that box.
The problem is tonight, and you know, it's the same old, isn't it? And we knew that anyway. Sadly, 80% of our goals is not there tonight.
Yeah,
and you know, we have to say it because it's true. You know, 80% of our goals is not there.
And that's what
if they sell him, what is going to happen next season? Because you know they're not going to look out and buy us. Someone like him.
I agree, Spring. And the thing is with me, before the transfers get done, I don't know if any of the guys, the first signing for Arsenal should be a 2-year contract for Aubameyang.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah.
And Jan Saka and all. We need to sign him up.
Yeah, but build your team not around Mesut Ozil, build it around Aubameyang, because Aubameyang is your 25 to 30. He will do it again next season. You sell him, you've lost 25 to 30 goals next season. Because you have.
Johnny, can you let Terry talk about Aubameyang? I like the way he pronounces it.
Aubameyang. I was one of the ones that kept saying, you know what I mean, I don't think we should sell him. I mean, these people that kept saying that we should sell him, we should cash on him, and because he's 31 years old, I was never about that, because at the end of the day, doesn't matter how much money you get for him, what striker is out there that's scoring 30 goals a season at the moment, who will come in and do that for us straight away.
Yeah, that's true. Do you know what, right? Kenny King said something the other day. He said, if you're not going to sign any player, sell him. And I was agreeing with him. Do you know what I mean? But then I think, you know what? If it means keeping him for one more season and letting him go for free next, then let it happen. Because I'll tell you something, we're going to need them goals next season.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what?
100%.
You know what I was thinking of the other day, right? And the thing that Arteta, I think one of the biggest things he's got to sort out in the summer window is buying players that can actually score goals from whichever position. Because if you look at our team at the moment, without, like we just said, Aubameyang in our team, no one else is scoring really, are they? Let's be honest.
He's all laughing in the comments, guys.
No one else is scoring, are they? Do you know what I mean? If you go back to like that undefeated team, all across that field, everyone was scoring, everyone was contributing, and that's what our biggest problem is at the moment.
See, Terry, this is what I was saying the other day, right? When you look at our midfield, do you see goals?
No.
Do you see, like the old Arsenal teams, you'd get goals from midfield, right? It's very difficult in tight games when defenders are really tight on the centre forwards, you're breaking away, you're trying to get a goal. When those centre forwards make that initial run in the box, they're marked by the centre backs, right? And the full backs, whatever. The most difficult thing to defend is late running midfielders, right? Because how many midfielders have you seen not track back and let someone score? We do it all the time. So if we had late running midfielders, you know, making runs into the box, but in our midfield, current midfield, we don't have that type of player.
Well, the geezer just said on the bottom of the screen, the Tottenham fan, he just said, would you mind if Arsenal signed Kane? Well, no, he'd be happy because he's an Arsenal fan anyway. So
exactly.
God comes in, there's no one there.
But you've got to realise, I think a guy called Kesh said a minute ago, 60 min, but you've got to realise we're talking about a guy, and this would be a debate for a good hour for some people. To me personally, Aubameyang's the best striker we've had since Thierry Henry and Bergkamp. I personally think he's got the edge over Van Persie because I think he's
all day long, Johnny.
Yeah,
all day long, yeah.
And you're talking about getting rid of the guy and
that's a dirty free kick. Right outside the box on Tobias.
Yeah, there's no way we can get rid of him. Even if it means
when they're trying
for one more season and letting him go free, we can't get rid of him.
No, I agree.
No one's going to. Who's going to score the goals?
Yeah, that's it. And you should build the team. You've got your world-class striker, then, haven't you? Your man. If you can improve the squad around
whether or not we get Europe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Sorry, Lev. We've got a good question here from Mohammed. He said, "How much time are you willing to give Arteta, Lev?"
3 years.
Yeah, listen, how much time did Liverpool give Klopp, for example? I mean, look, I'm not saying Arteta's a Klopp, but in his first season, Klopp was sick, right? And then the problem he was having with Liverpool is they were scoring goals, but they were conceding loads. It took him time to take people out and replace them. I'd give him 3 years. I would give him 3 years. That's it. Don't interrupt me, Terry. I'm talking.
Sorry, mate. The free kick is coming in. Oh, it's come off the bench.
I agree with you, Lev. You got to give him the 3 years because it's
including this season just gone.
Yeah, I would say yeah. It's not about changing the managers like how Man United keep on doing. We just got to stick to the manager, give him his 3 years contract, and to see what he does. If he fucks up, then after 3 years, then yeah, we move him on. But let him see his contract out. That's what I say. Let him build his team.
Yeah. Go on, Lev. Finish up what you were saying. Sorry, mate.
Well, I'm just saying, there's a comment from Omar Yaya saying 3 years, laugh my arse off. Or the fact is, mate, he's come in this season. He's going to have one proper transfer window in the summer. Is that going to be enough? Can he get all of it done in one transfer window? No, he can't. So then you've got to look at the next transfer window. Because for me, January transfer windows are a joke, right? Because you're not going to get the best players during January. No one's going to let their best players go during January. And it hikes the price up as well if they know you're desperate for a player. So why is it unrealistic to say 3 years in total? Obviously, if he's having an absolute nightmare in his second year and we're getting poor results and it can't see any progress, then that's another matter. But now,
the guy just said at the bottom as well, sorry to interrupt, Lev, he just said, I don't know why we're acting like there's no good players out there. We're not acting like there's no good players out there. We're just saying that we've got one of the best in the world. There's a difference. Arsenal have got one of the best strikers in the world. So if you replace... Goal!
Yes! In there! Socrates.
Lovely!
Socrates, get
I knew he was going to score. I said it from the start.
That's why he's right back.
That's why he's right back. Look, with regards to that striker comment, right? I'll ask anybody in the chat room now. Let's just pretend we've sold Aubameyang. Tell me who you can replace him with right now that's as good as him as a world-class striker. I'd love to see the comments in that chat room now. You tell us.
Liv, it's not just about selling him and then getting a player in. That player has got to come in for me and start scoring 30 goals straight away. That's
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So I'd like to see in that chat room now. Go on, give me 3 or 4 names off the top of your heads that could replace Aubameyang tomorrow that could get 20, 30 goals a season.
Jamie, why are you saying Mbappe, you donut? Yeah, Mbappe is not coming to Arsenal, Jamie.
This isn't Football Manager. Just get rid of it.
Jamie on about donut.
Haaland's going to be worth about 100+ mil right now.
Not coming to Arsenal.
And he's not coming to United either. You remember when United, all the United.
Wait, I did not say on FIFA who would you buy for your FIFA team. I asked you in real life who's going to replace the family tomorrow. Let's get a fucking grip, lad.
Vardy, no chance. Vardy's not as good as Aubameyang. Nowhere near. Sorry.
Oh my God.
Harry Kane's not going. Harry Kane goes to Arsenal. I'll eat my own bollocks.
That's a podcast.
That ain't
subscribers. Watch.
You watch Springer can feed them to me with a napkin. Suarez, he ain't going to Arsenal.
Danny
Realistically, come on.
Have a laugh.
Ings, wow.
Oh my God! Aaron, you put Danny Ings in the same bracket as bloody Nicholas Bentner. As Nicholas Bentner, let alone bloody Aubameyang.
Oh, let's go Stephen Hawkins. Let's dig him up. Fuck it. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. Stephen Hawkins. Can you imagine the Sky Sports interviews after?
Oh, no. Aubameyang is good to me.
The man's dead, man.
What's a boomerang? There you go. A boomerang. That's how you say it, isn't it, Terry?
Exactly, mate. Just quickly, it's half time. It's a 1-0 Arsenal. Socrates in the injury time.
Score.
There's only one man I'd replace Aubameyang with, and that's Aubameyang, and that's Diesel.
Diesel.
I'd have Diesel all day up front for Aubameyang if we could sign him, but I don't know if Diesel's up for it.
We've got a Ninja Turtle comment here, guys. Viper's got a question for us during halftime if we want to answer it.
What's that from?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
With the new concept of players. Go on,
Lev, go on.
Guys, with a new concept of players being inducted into the Hall of Fame Premiership list, which Arsenal player or players do you think deserve to be in it? Over to you.
Game over.
Bergkamp and Henry.
Henry, 100%. Adam.
Perez.
Come on, Adam's got to be in the Hall of Fame. Are you lot mad?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
I
mean,
I would put Dave Seaman in there and all. I think he was one of the best keepers in the world at that time.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. Igor Stefanovs, I'd have him in there.
Sigan.
Pascal
AKA
Sigan.
AKA Robo without the costume.
Listen,
Nelson Vivas. I'll even put Nelson Vivas in there, mate. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Listen, you're forgetting about the one and only who broke his arm after winning the FA. Was it the FA Cup or the other one? Steve Morrow.
Morrow?
Yeah.
Steve Morrow.
He fell off Tony Adams, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oleg Lutny, he should be in there and all. The horse, Oleg Lutny.
No, but let's get serious for a minute. So I'd go Adams, Henry, Bergkamp, Defo. I don't know about Seaman. Yeah, you could go Seaman.
Perez.
Sol Campbell.
Perez.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Mate, Vieira. Come on, Vieira.
Yeah,
Definitely Vieira, mate. Come on.
Liam Brady.
Michael, he was one of my best players, Anders Limpar, but he weren't in the Premiership, unfortunately, mate.
Oh, it's Premiership. Sorry, I didn't even caught that one.
Yeah, Premiership. So I don't know. There's so many, but out of Arsenal, I'd go Sol Campbell. You could say, let's face it, he was one of the best centre backs going at one point.
Yeah, he was.
Nilsson. Nilsson.
Do you know we've had some bad players at the same time? You know.
Shit, we have.
Oh, how about that question then? Name your 5 worst players that we've had
ever
in the Premier League. In the Premier League, the 5 worst. Anyone in the chat? Yeah, the 5 worst players Arsenal have had.
That's tough. That's a tougher question.
There's so many of them. Go.
I'm telling you, that Nelson Vivas, man, I couldn't believe when we bought him.
Argentinian.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it.
Francis Jeffers, Fox in the box.
Yeah.
Do you know he was pretty shit. Sigan, definitely.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Either.
Gilles Gramondi, but he done a decent job. He wasn't the best player.
Yeah, but he wasn't that bad, you know, till like
I don't know.
Santos was shit. Santos.
Do you know what? I'll tell you, we're going. Do you know one of the worst strikers we've ever had at the Emirates, and that was Shamak.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
It's got to be Sonogo.
He was shit.
But you know what? They had a great song for Sonogo. Wake me up, yeah, Sonogo. That was brilliant.
Oh my
God.
Oh my God, Inamoto, yeah.
Inamoto, what a stat, Jeff.
That was for business. That was.
He was.
Christopher's put, I met Morrow at an Arsenal soccer school the week before Adams dropped. We were so pissed. Morrow came instead of Wrighty. Nice guy, low, but looked more like a geography teacher.
Oh my God, imagine that. You're expecting righty and Steve Morrow turns up. You can't get any worse than that.
Galacti.
Oh, he was shit. He was.
Do you know who don't get a lot of mention as a good player for Arsenal? And he was a good player, but he don't get mentioned a lot. And that's Giovanni Van Bronckhorst. I thought he was.
He was
right.
He was a quality player. He was.
What about Ben
Ayoun?
Rowett. Can someone tell me where Claude is?
Like cast-offs. Do you know what I mean?
The evil Ben Ayoun, Dr. Evil. The evil Ben Ayoun.
Rowett.
Go on, Lev.
Done well today, mate.
Can someone tell me where Claude is? Don't worry about where Claude is. Yeah, he's in the back. Don't worry about where Claude is.
Get the meatloaf. Claude, where's the meatloaf?
Claude's getting the meatloaf.
Claude's on the meatloaf. Diesel, where's the meatloaf?
Yeah, Lev, you can read that one out. Go on with the
pronunciation. Oh, yeah, Terry, you'd be funnier. You'd be much funnier than me doing. We should be targeting Odson Edouard, Boubakary Soumari, Houssem Aouar, Thomas Partey, Magalhaes, Nathan Aki. Don't know about that. Max Aarons, if this club is serious. Well, if anyone can prove, then we'll have a look at it. But Thomas Partey would be definitely one I'm interested in.
Do you know what, mate? I'd put your CV in, Kesh.
Got us top 4.
Who put that in there?
He wasn't that bad, Piper.
No, Lisney was all right, man.
Lisney was solid.
Shamak was awful.
I don't think Shamak himself got us top 4.
Awful. Nicholas Bentner was better than Shamak.
Do you know what? Naming these shit players is brilliant, isn't it?
Like, no, you know what? I've noticed? The Conkies have been taking the piss out of us for years. When you see like some of these players, seriously,
mate. Imagine having the top trumps. Imagine having top trumps cards with the word players. It'd be brilliant.
Lev, you can read that one out.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Giroud.
Giroud.
Do you know what? Giroud was really frustrating because he had everything to be a good centre back. Him and what's his name, Senderos, together for Switzerland were really good. Yeah. But every time they put on an Arsenal shirt, they were shit. No mention of
Andrew Santos. Oh, he was terrible, man.
He was terrible, and he tried to say Arsenal. He said something about us the other day. Funny enough,
Mate, Jenkinson. I mean, like, do
you know what? Him, you know.
Oh, do you? Sony TV looks like the son of Terrans from Doctor Who. Right. I'm not getting involved in that, but face unknown driller.
There's no need for that. We're all friends, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Just leave all of that alone. There's no need for that.
There's no one I envy more than Jenkinson. He got paid millions by his boy to do nothing.
Well said.
I could envy more people than Jenkinson.
Claude is. He's done well.
Claude. When are we going to get Belgium on? I want Belgium on the podcast.
Claude, can Claude see my face? Claude.
Can't see your face, man.
This is a great question, right? Terry, where was you guys when we lost 8-2 to Man United?
Riley, why you got a black Lego character on your black one? Yeah.
I don't see many black Lego pieces with a baseball cap.
Exactly,
Where did you get that from? Is there like a hood Lego place?
I'm fucking walking on with no hair, bruv. You know what I mean?
I'm going down to Lego crib, innit? I'm going down to Lego crib to get some more pieces, blood.
I was in Cyprus with my dad. My dad used to live in Cyprus, so I was out there on holiday, and I was out there in the bar watching that.
Hold on, tell. Sorry to cut you off, like Taylor Swift, but what's he mean? When you guys, if you're an Arsenal fan, then don't mention that stuff.
Well,
when you was you guys when you look.
Oh, look at that, Richard Wright. Who remembers him?
Oh my God, he's at City now, isn't he?
Yeah. I think
he's in the coaching staff. Yeah, he's a coaching. He's in the coaching staff.
I remember when he came off the bench and saved the penalty in one of his debuts. He came off on an Arsenal, and when he saved it, they were going, Richard, right, and everyone thought he was going to be the big thing. Then we played Charlton, and he let in 4 clangers. I don't know if you remember that. Henry scored 2 goals, but like he let in. I don't know. It was like he had no hands in that game, man.
Johnny, thank you for your comment, mate. Yeah, I like jam ones or chocolate ones. Donuts.
You can't even spell donut. A donut.
What's a donut? Maybe that's what he's calling. Maybe he's calling Johnny a dognut. Like,
yeah, I'll go with that, man. Thanks, Johnny. Really kind of you, mate. Cheers.
A nut of a dog, Johnny. You're the scrote of a dog.
Jamie, I love you, man. How's the rash? All right, love you.
Arshavin. Can I just say something about Arshavin?
I love Arshavin.
Right. Do you know what we did to Arshavin? Wenger ruined Arshavin. I'll be straight with you, right? He had this spell where he was getting number 10s and playing them out wide. How many number 10s have we had that he was playing out wide? How can you bring Arshavin to the Premier League and put him out wide against pacey fullbacks? He destroyed him. He should have been a number 10. Arshavin was class in those European Championships just before we bought him. He was amazing, and we didn't get the best out of him. I totally agree with
you. He done us damage in the Champions League before we bought him.
Mate, he was brilliant. He was brilliant. He was a brilliant player.
You're right, because Archie's right and all. Wenger put all our players wide, even Podolski. I used to love Podolski.
Yeah, I love Podolski. Another one.
He ruined him.
Ramsey out wide, Wilshere out wide. How many number 10s? Arshavin out wide. How many number 10s did he put out wide? It was so frustrating.
You know what? It's so nice being on a show with 3 handsome bastards just relaxing watching you. Honestly, this is so nice. I mean, normally I'm the star, but I can sit back and watch 3 new Blossom stars coming at me. This is great. I'm loving this.
Absolutely.
Question for you. Mally Mo's put Terry. Question for the panel: who's the most underrated player we've had since we've moved to the Emirates?
Underrated.
Good question. That's good question, Mally Mo.
Lauren Koscielny.
That's a damn good question.
Mally, stop asking him good questions.
Really?
Lauren Koscielny was a good defender for me, and I don't think he got enough credit.
Underrated?
No. I think Monreal was when we used to play Gibbs instead of him. Monreal, I would say.
Yeah, that's another good shout. Yeah, another good shout. What I meant.
Monreal is a good shout.
I actually thought Lauren Koscielny was probably the best defender we've had at the Emirates. I mean, Gallas was good on his day, but I think I just feel that Lauren Koscielny didn't quite get the applause he deserved, because I thought some games he was absolutely brilliant for Arsenal. But even though the best performance I've seen from an Arsenal player was at Wembley, that was Per Mertesacker in the final. It was like Tony Adams playing.
Yeah, but he didn't play for ages, and he came in that final when
it was amazing. It was amazing.
Yeah, because Gabriel got injured. Was Gabriel injured, or was he? He got injured, didn't he?
Yeah, it was his first start of the season. First start of the season.
You know what? For me, I'm going to go for someone that's, and I'm sure he must have played there because he ain't that old, but he ain't with us now, obviously, and that's Gnabry. I thought he was unbelievable for us. I used to really like him, a young player, and then Wenger got rid of him.
Mate, you just got to look what he's doing now, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah, Sanya's a good shout. Sanya's a good shout. Whoever put Sanya, that's a good shout. He was very solid for a number of seasons.
I was gutted when he left. Yeah, I was gutted when he left.
Yeah, you know what? Going back to the work player, someone just come to me was Debussy.
Shut up, Gary.
To be fair, though, he was really unlucky with injury.
And they say in the hood, shut up.
He come on in his first game, broke his leg, and then he come on in his second game from coming back from that and broke his arm.
Mate, he should have got the message first time around.
Oh, Lev, that's
the video was not
underrated. Terry, did you just have a brick wall behind you instead of wallpaper?
Oh, I like that.
What are you doing?
I ain't doing anything.
Blue screen.
I thought it was back on the E's again.
He's got a brick wall.
Happy Mondays, man. That was great.
What's going on?
We don't need
You know what it is?
Education.
Do you know what it is? It's green.
Terry.
It's green. And the light is going on the back, so it's like a green screen. So I don't even have to spend money, boys.
Every now and then, a brick wall shines through.
That's the bollocks, man. Do that again.
Well, the screen
Why don't you change it to like the Emirates or something in the background, so it just shines through your wall every now and then?
I feel like I'm at a Happy Mondays gig again.
Yeah, trip.
You gotta love Bez, man.
Twisting my melon, man.
You gotta love Bez.
I agree, Terry. Complete. I didn't see that shit.
I'm sorry.
Terry completely. Debussy was good before he got injured. He was actually, to be fair.
Oh, Flo's in the house. Hope you're good, Flo. Flo's our good friend from down under, from Australia.
Oh, yeah, Flo's all right.
G'day, mate. I'll see you at the diner.
Yeah, this is a bloody knife.
Do you remember you used to watch Home and Away? Home and Away around with surfboards. That's a proper green screen.
This is a great feedback.
I know what you mean by that, Diesel. Joel Campbell.
Well, underrated. That's great.
I'm gonna have to come out and come back in because we're gonna get in trouble.
Diesel, get your ass on here, mate.
Oh, you know what? He does all this shit from behind the scenes, doesn't he?
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Get on the show and say it, Diesel. Big man.
It's all that Fools and Horses he watches, mate.
By the way, second half has just kicked off, everyone. This is Watchalong. You're right. You are in the right place.
One's over.
Oh, great. I'm so glad that I've got the bloody commentary off. I just realised who it is. It's Jermaine Genius.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I can't stand him.
He hates us, doesn't he? He hates us. Every game he commentates with us on it. He hates him. Worst commentators. Top 3 worst commentators. We'll stick that in the chat room as well.
All right, I've got a corner here, boys. Coming over.
Michael
Phil Neville.
Oh my God, Owen! No, Owen is shit.
Owen is the most boringest man I've ever heard. I mean, he went in the dressing room. I mean, what bloody chat?
Manaman's another one. He annoys me as well.
He's definitely a stamp collector, isn't he, Michael Owen?
Oh God,
something's going on. He watches bus numbers. I'm telling you, something ain't right.
Yeah, train spotter. That's what he is. A train spotter.
He's a train spotter. Yeah, but Springer. He's hard on the train spotting.
Mark Bright, Manaman, and Owen.
Good shout, Lassane. I'll definitely say Michael Owen's in there. McManaman's shit.
Genius is awful.
Yeah, Genius is crap.
He's got the match of the day, Genius.
Yeah.
I miss old Hansen.
How? I miss Hansen, man. Diabolical defending. I miss Hansen, mate.
And Mark Lawrence at the moment. At the moment.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm not going to lie, though. I'm not going to lie. I do miss Richard Keys and Andy Gray on Sky Sports.
Yeah, I do. Even though Andy
all day long, mate.
Hated at Arsenal, I do miss them.
Yeah, they were the days. I remember them.
Take a boo. That was when Sky Sports was out. Take a boo. Take a boo.
That was brilliant them days.
Wait, do you remember one moment, Richard Keys had hairy hands. The next one, he didn't. What happened there?
Yeah.
What happened there? Yeah. What happened there? He had hands like a werewolf, and then the next time I tuned in, Imac. I don't know what the fuck's going on. He should have had a sponsorship deal with them.
They were, you know,
in the morning, my hands get hairy. I use it.
They were like the Jackson 5, weren't they? They literally were. He was like they were like afros on his hands.
Thank you, Mohammed. I like that comment.
Flo, it's live on our channel now. If you go to our channel, it's live there as well.
Yeah, Flo, we're live across both channels, mate. So if you go to our new channel or Claude, it doesn't matter. It's being live on both at the same time, mate.
No. He's asking us when we're doing our own Chanel. Which must be a fragrance.
Oh, Chanel.
Yeah, boardroom bands, the bands. We're going to be bringing that out as well.
Are we promoting? Have we got something going on Friday, or we're not sorted that yet? But we got something in the pipeline.
We might be. We'll have to talk about that offline. Off air.
Offline. Okay.
They're on Being Sports. Yes, they are. That's Richard Keys and Andy Gray. That is.
Yeah, mate, I love them. You know what? That was a classic era, wasn't it? I reckon they wanted them out, and they scammed them out. They must have been talking about that sort of stuff all the time behind the scenes, right? About women and all that. But this time, suddenly the cameras were running, and they had footage of it, right? Next thing you know, out the door.
Yeah.
In with the new youngsters, as if those guys ain't talking about women off air. Come on,
exactly.
Man. You know what I mean? They got stitched up big time there.
I think someone just said Keys. When Keys, you're saying he says Keys was a racist, but I didn't hear nothing about that.
Keys was saying he smashed that woman. That's what he was saying.
Yeah. If you want to talk about racist, it was what's his name? Big Ron, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
I can say Atkinson was just going around there calling them black bastards the players to their face, mate. Do you know what I mean?
I know. Lazy.
Malmo's right here. The best commentators are John Motson and Clive Tilsley.
Yeah.
I did used to like listening to what was the guy on was it on TalkSport live when he used to do it? What was his name? The guy that did the live on radio. He was good, but I can't remember his name now.
Jonathan Pearce.
Yes, I used to like listening to Jonathan Pearce on the radio. He's got a good radio voice.
He changed the dimension of commentating, didn't he? To more of a. He was like mental, wasn't he? He was literally right overboard, but people loved it. It was like a gamble, and it paid off.
Oh my god, I can't believe it! It's a corner.
BT Sports won the games on.
Martin Taylor, he was all right. Martin Taylor.
When is Tyler?
Martin Tyler.
Martin Tyler.
Wait, what about? Do you like?
That's in.
Brian Moore was a good one.
Yeah. Great cross.
Good. Brian Moore was decent.
That's it. I like when this kid's gone, man. You can see he loves Arsenal, innit?
Yeah.
2-0.
50 minutes gone, boys.
How much I'm getting on your bet? No, I'm joking.
Here's a question for you boys. Here's a question. Is it safe to say now that we are in the next round, Lev?
No.
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to be positive and say yes. And then everyone can take the piss out of me after.
Johnny?
Yeah, I'm going to say yes.
Johnny, what are you going with?
Can I have one of them chips? Is that right? Yeah.
I don't know why we do Watchalong, because all we do is talk and don't even hardly watch the match.
Does anyone want a chip? Or hold on.
Yeah, I'll have one. Cheers.
I've got mushy peas there as well if you want one. I think it's over. Game over. Done. Yeah. 100% done. Over.
Roy Keane, a good pundit. Do you agree with that?
What's that?
Roy Keane, a good pundit.
Yeah, he's hilarious. He talks
he's moody, isn't he? He's moody.
Yeah, a good pundit. He's just a comedian. That's what he is.
What about? Wait, do you used to watch Satan Greavesy?
Yeah.
Oh, what a show that was, man.
Yeah.
He used to sit there and go, oh, Greavesy, you killed me. Oh, you killed me. That's what it is.
You've got to understand what Greavesy was saying sometimes.
Greavesy, you killed me. Yeah. Right. Eddie.
All right. Look, I mean, he's been a bit of a donut himself, old Jamie, but it's not bad.
I do like Jamie. You know, I do like Jamie.
He's got a good question. If you could pick one Arsenal reject who went on to do better things, who would you bring back? It's a good question.
Nabry.
That's a Nabry.
Good one, yeah.
It's got to be in it when you look at the stuff he's been doing.
Really, isn't it?
Yeah. Martinelli in.
Done.
Oh. That was Willock. Headed it wide.
What's your thoughts on Willock, guys?
It's all right.
Willock's not good enough for Arsenal. Have you seen that?
Oh, no.
On TV, the little kid. Right? That's what
All
he
right,
said.
okay.
You know what I'm about? You know what
All right.
I'm about?
I'm not getting involved in any stuttering or anything like that. That's not me.
No.
That's not me. That's it. That's him down there in that far corner.
I ain't saying
I'm just
Springer.
shit.
saying.
I ain't saying
Springer.
shit.
But what
No,
is your actual thoughts, Springer?
I think let's give him another season, man. I think Willet's all right. We can't keep like saying that young kids are crap and all this and that. Like, just let them play. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Totally agree.
What
Too
about you,
quick to
John?
judge 'em.
By the way, am I right eating my dinner, or do you want me to wait and put it back in the oven?
No, go on, mate. Go on, mate.
No,
can you put it away, please, Johnny? Can you put it away, please, mate? I think it's really rude.
What, the food or the?
I can't see that far down.
I can't help it, mate. When you're on the screen, it's just got to come out.
Ashley Cole. Ashley Cole. Yeah, Ashley Cole.
It was controversial, but Ashley Cole. I would even include Andy Cole.
Yeah, mate. How did we let Andy Cole go?
I know.
Still watching.
I
That's
know.
what I heard. That's what I heard.
It's. I wasn't going to say it like Springer, but
What did you hear?
No, it's not here. I know what happened. I ain't saying fuck all on here. Well done, Springer's just like, have that.
I'm just telling you what my uncle told me. Still watching.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
I'm gonna leave it as that.
Thanks, shit. Just
You know
ask
what?
him the time and he'll tell you.
I used to work as a steward at Highbury, and the players used to get paid at the same place as where the stewards would get paid. So I used to see him quite a bit there. I got booted out for taking off my jacket and hiding in the crowd to watch games.
Saka still he's still got it well played. He's got some strength in him.
Xhaka, Laka. I mean,
that was brilliant.
Hey, mate.
It just made me die. Why didn't we keep Andy Cole? Watches.
I'm just saying what I read, mate.
No, that was brilliant. Say it like it is. Brilliant. That is brilliant. He's nicking them, wasn't he?
Yeah. Other players' watches. That's what I heard. That's what my uncle told me.
Yeah, it's true.
Where was he selling them, though?
You're welcome on the show anytime, Andy. Just make
Andy,
sure
you're welcome anytime, mate. You know what I mean? You come and tell your side of the story, right?
Oh, Jesus Christ!
If you got any watches for sale,
we're gonna get in so much fucking trouble, man. I love trouble. We're just gonna get in so much trouble.
Needless to say, he could afford his own by the end of his career. He did well for himself. Let's be honest.
Yeah, he made money out of others.
Yeah, but he still stole it.
Well, he stole a living. Is that what you're saying?
Well, let's be honest. There's been a few players at Arsenal that's done that.
No comment.
Some of them are still here, mate.
No comment.
Mate, I don't want to say it too soon, but this has been a little bit too sort of drama-free, isn't it?
What? This podcast? What?
No, not a podcast. A podcast would be full of drama. Just the game. The game is like.
Well, apart from Torreira getting injured, isn't it?
Yeah, apart from that, which is a real shame. I mean,
it's a walk in the park,
really,
which is nice because then we could hopefully.
Yeah, I just think it's gutting really because obviously I think he should be one of the first names on our team sheet, to be honest. But obviously it don't look like that now. Like Johnny said, I think it's a season-ending injury, unfortunately.
Mari's been pretty decent.
Yeah.
On a positive note, even taking a bit away from it, I suppose this is where Ceballos is now playing for his Arsenal career.
Well, yeah.
Because, there'll be opportunity for him now to say, look, do you want me to stay
Sorry, mate.
I don't think he's... I just don't know if Ceballos, to be fair.
No, I mean, not. No, I'm not sure yet.
Yeah.
Me not. That's really good English. Yeah, he was. I'm not convinced with Ceballos. Meow. Yeah, I'm not convinced with Ceballos at all. To be honest with you, but you know, is what it is.
I'll tell you something.
Why is Adrian Durham always taking a swipe at us?
I can't stand him.
He's a twat.
Seriously.
He's a twat. There's only one reason he does that, lad. There's only one reason he does it is because he knows he's going to wind us up and he's going to get loads of comments. It's clickbait.
Yeah. When he used to do that daily Arsenal,
clickbait.
me up. That daily Arsenal crap.
I think he's a twat. I don't understand I don't understand why they still keep him. He's shit anyway.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why Adrian Dunham, whatever his name is, I know why he mocks Arsenal. And I'll be honest with you, it's going to hurt a few Arsenal supporters. It's because Arsenal supporters fucking snap and play into his hands. That's why. And he loves it.
Exactly. Yeah.
I was just about to say, if you don't like what he says, turn it off.
You should just block him. Block him. That's the best thing.
Exactly. Oh no, Martinelli's down. Not with him.
Someone says his missus is a gooner.
Yeah.
How does someone know Durham's missus? Is that another podcast?
I mean, she might be. She might. Who knows? But I mean, goal.
Martinelli's down now at the moment, boys.
I don't know what happened. Really?
Don't even go there, mate.
No, he's all right.
He's just winded.
He's a young whipper.
Yeah,
he's a young whippersnapper.
Yeah.
Yeah, Goldstein is all right, and Cundy. I do like them.
Yeah, they're good. They're good.
Oh, no, I don't like Cundy. I think He's ex-Spurs and ex-Chelsea. How can you like an ex-Spurs and ex-Chelsea player? Do you remember that dodgy goal he scored out of nowhere when he went and tackled for Spurs? He went in with a slide tackle and he scored the goal. Do you not even remember that? Jason Cundy, shit player. Sorry, Jason, but I don't like him. But he's all right, really. I see him sometimes, but
he has some good bands on there. I must admit that.
Yeah, he has got back. He has got back.
I listen to him every night on the radio, and he's funny. He is funny.
When I used to work in the underground, I used to listen to them every night. But when they won up that Liverpool fan do you know the one who said Liverpool should get a trophy for coming second place?
We've been good. Might have a wank about this result.
Jesus Christ!
Come on the show, man. Do a live one. Just come on.
I don't want him to come on the show. It's all right. Don't worry. You can have him. You can have him come on your show, Tony.
Yeah, man. Free love and all that, you know.
Yeah, I knew that, Christopher. I knew Darren Bent was a huge Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he is.
I'll tell you, got a season ticket,
and yet he went and managed Tottenham and made out that he didn't manage us, and that's what's his name?
Sherwood,
yeah.
Apparently, he's got the Arsenal badge on his leg and all.
Shut up.
Apparently, he's got the Arsenal badge on his leg and all.
Oh, I like that proven. Have anyone seen any proof of that?
No. What's his name's got a season ticket at Arsenal? Andrew Impey that played for QPR.
Yeah.
Do you remember Chris Kouamouo from Ipswich?
Yeah,
Chris Kouamouo.
He's good goal player. Yeah, he was all right. QPR, when it was at QPR, we signed him.
Yeah, we got him from QPR. I'm Ajax. You guys should look out for Van der Beek, top player.
Van der Beek.
What position does he play?
Yeah, I think he's midfield, isn't he?
Someone was going the other day.
Clay Douglas should have started this bunch in the EL.
That's a cool name as well. I like that name, Clay Douglas. That's like you're I don't know, some sort of series coming, like a detective or something.
That's an 80s. That's an 80s actor's name, Clay Douglas.
Clay Douglas. Yeah. There was a man, not just ordinary man, Clay Douglas. He was the Douglas.
Oh, hold on, someone, Mally Mo's hitting us with a boxing question here.
Oh,
go for it, Lev. Read it out, mate.
Question for you guys. Deontay Wilder has said he wants a third fight, but will Fury accept? It could be his last match. Well, that's already been decided, isn't it? It's written in the contract. Yeah. I think it's pretty much done. And at the end of the day, has anyone seen his video? Has anyone seen his video?
Oh,
The one
you need to see the mock-up with it, where someone took the piss out of it. I'm going to find it.
The king is still here.
I'm king.
I am still your king. Shut up, Deontay. For fuck's sake, mate. Jesus Christ.
He's a spent force now. He's done.
Oh, he's done. There's no way in this world that he's even going to hurt Fury in the next fight either. It's going to be more of the same thing. He's just doing it for another payday. That is all it is.
Has anyone seen those videos going around suggesting that Fury was fighting with his fists in his gloves that were not fully in his? Yeah. That's another excuse they come out with. He's pulled it, apparently slipped the glove down so he can hit with his fists, and that's why he knocked. Pulling out all sorts of bullshit. It's the Power Ranger suit. It's the gloves. It's it's all.
I'm not being funny though. Come on, Lev. If you come out in one of them suits anyway, you deserve everything you fucking get. Could you make all the box? You're coming out in the box.
He stood more chance in the suit. He should have kept the suit on so he didn't get hurt. Do you know what I mean? Seriously, don't come out in a suit like that.
No, my God.
It was just silly.
The worst thing for me is he tried to make a race thing as well, didn't he? Race thing. Let's be honest here. He had a rapper come out saying black this, black that, everything's black, 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 and then he got his hands.
I listened to rap, and that rapper said shit. He won a talent show or something like that.
Yeah,
mate. And then you know, that's the other one the Americans were using. His equilibrium, man, it was gone. He had a burst eardrop. No, he only had 6 stitches. It was a cut. That's what stuff. Mate,
there was nothing wrong with the middle ear. Your middle ear is what fucks your balance, and there was nothing wrong with the middle ear.
No. There was only one thing wrong. There was only one thing wrong. Fury was in the ring with him. That was the only thing that was wrong.
Listen,
see what I mean?
I said it to the build-up, and on the build-up, which we put on the video that we got of the live weigh-in. I was saying it before then, right? What you've got to look at is in that first fight, Wilder, right? He put him on his ass in that last round with everything that he got. Now, just as a scenario, right? Just imagine that you're down the pub and you've had a fight with someone, right? And you'll hit him with everything that you've got in your body. And you're thinking, that's lights out, mate. That's lights out. And all of a sudden, he rises up to just look at you and say, well, come on then, let's have it. You're going to be shitting yourself, mate. I don't care who you are, you're going to be shitting yourself. And that was Wilder. He shit himself. Because if you look at that first fight, when he knocked him on the floor, he goes over to the camera and he went lights out. He's blowing the kisses. He's doing his little shimmy. You know what I mean? His little shimmy.
That's the best thing that he's done.
I know, yeah. And then all of a sudden, he turns around and it's like, oh my God, he's gone up. What am I going to do now? Do you know what I mean? He was shitting himself in that fight.
I think
Stevie Fox is saying this is a football stream, lads. Come on, lads. Yeah. Come on, Sorry, Stevie. Someone asked the question. We did get a bit carried away.
I was just going to say, last thing though about the boxing. I will say, I think Tyson Fury is the best boxer we've had since probably Evander Holyfield.
Lads, can we keep this podcast strictly about
Johnny? I'm not going to say it again.
Football, yeah. I'm not going to say it again.
Not a boxing
podcast. Just talk about the game, Johnny. All right.
Okay. What game?
The game that's on right now, Johnny. This game.
Sorry. Do you know what? I wondered why I was on here. You know, I was eating chips and talking about mushy peas and watches.
Do you know what? It's been pretty. It's been pretty. The game itself. I mean, we seem to have it sort of quite well.
It's done. It's done.
You know, we're keeping hold of it, aren't we? We're not letting it go by.
No.
The thing is, it's been like Thursday night, to be honest, boys. It's been like we're not got out of first gear again. But we're 2-0 up tonight. That's the difference.
I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't make any substitutions to save the other players, you know, like Pep and all that. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't come on because it's very easy now. Arsenal getting on board, and I wouldn't be surprised if we got a third.
See, this is the Willock thing. Willock's been poor. I can't say otherwise. Archie. Look, you can't say he hasn't been amazing, but you know, we're 2-0 up. We're pretty solid. We can't really say anything else about it, to be honest.
Mari's good, you know.
Mari's going to be all right, mate.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know why Arsenal fan. Maybe it's just me. It's a different era, but like I don't know how old Archie is, and that's no disrespect to you, Archie, but I just don't understand. We're winning 2-0 in the FA Cup, and we're saying this guy's been pulled this bit. You know, he hasn't been that bad, and we're 2-0 up, and the kid's playing. You know,
Nelson's running through the middle. He's gone from the off. Oh, that's
that was greedy, Reece.
he's done all right. He supplied the goal. He's done all right tonight.
Yeah, it's 68 minutes gone. Obviously, it's Portsmouth 0, Arsenal 2. We've just got a corner. Like we've just been saying, it's not really got out of first gear, really. They haven't really troubled us, I don't think. Would you say, boys?
Not at all. I think it's been very, very comfortable.
Well, this is it, Johnny. I don't know if this will. I mean, like when you talk, sometimes I go into a bit of a daze. I do apologise, mate. But Mari, 6 million. People look at that and go 6 million, right? Oh, he's gonna. Oh, why are we paying only 6 million? But you know what? I mean, it doesn't mean he's not going to be a good centre back, does it? He's only 26 still, isn't he? 26.
That's what I said to Terry the day when he flew in. Remember, Terry goes at the end date. Arteta's going for fifth, and they cost $6 million. You know what? He might be all right.
Well, look, obviously Arteta would have known about him, and when he went to Brazil, apparently his performances were really good. And there was rumours that Man City were considering getting him back. So maybe we've jumped the gun and got him ahead of them. Who knows? I mean, we do have to understand that it is only Portsmouth. So let's sort of put that into perspective. But it's a good starter for him to get used to playing in the football, isn't it?
True.
Are we not hard though? I mean, Archie's kindly replied to what I've said. He's gone. You know, it's you can't sugarcoat you can't sugarcoat performances and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, he's not been that bad. And, you know, you can't do it all the time. The lad's learning his trade. Let's not be. You know, I've seen players get destroyed through Arsenal fans mocking. You know what I mean? He's a young lad. Do you know what I mean? You can't just judge him on tonight's performance. If he's had a bad game, he's had a bad game. Do you know what I mean? It's not the end of the world. You know.
Well, look at Gnabry. I mean, Gnabry's a prime example. If some of these guys saw Gnabry when he had his sort of appearances for us, they might have said, "Oh, he's not all that." Look at him now.
Yeah, he used to did used to get it. He used to get it.
Well, a fine example is, right, and I tell Archie would be the same. No offence, Archie, but if you were back in the day, if you watched Ray Parlour, you would have said he'd never make it. You'd have been slagging him off If social media existed, Tony Adams and Ray Parlour wouldn't have made it, because the fact is they would have been slagging him off every week. Tony Adams started off very slowly. Ray Parlour started off ever so slowly with a red card to start off with at Liverpool.
And that's what happens now. Because you've got social media, the players just get slagged off straight away.
Yeah, you can't.
While we're watching the game as well, another side subject while we are watching the game, while we're doing this, how about the biggest fall from grace from an Arsenal player that really looked like it was going to be amazing and then wasn't? Like, who would you put into that bracket? I mean, for me, I could give you one, for example. No, like for example, there was a lot of talk about Frimpong when we had him, right?
Yeah, no, it was. But his problem is social media.
Do you know what killed him? His relationship with Lethal Bizzle. Yeah. Because do you know what, Frimpong? Do you know what, he had that game against Liverpool, and he actually had a good game, but then he got sent off, didn't he? I think. And I don't know what happened to him. Frimpong's fall from grace was so dramatic; it was unbelievable. I don't understand it.
He's really fit. I'm sure he's like playing in some. No, I don't even know where he's playing. Ain't in the championship.
It was Russia, I think it was the last I heard. Jack Wilshere says Kesh. Jack Wilshere, I think, was unlucky, mate, with injuries. To be honest with you, I don't
really think that's a fall from grace. That's just injuries. Yeah.
No. You know what my opinion is with Jack Wilshere, and tell me if you guys agree with it while we're on here, and anyone in the chat group, right? I think Wenger ruined Jack Wilshere because there was a spell where Cesc Fabregas got injured, right? And Wilshere was still very young. And instead of him going out and buying another centre midfielder, he threw Wilshere in there. And he was playing loads of games. And then he got an injury and he brought him back too soon. And then he got injured again. And then he was never the same again. Because that lad never had injury problems up until then.
Yeah.
That is true. That's the problem. That's the problem, isn't it? About
He
Arsenal.
didn't want to spend, did he?
No.
He was 18 years old playing against grown men, and the problem with the way he played is he sucked people in with his touch, and he used to beat a man easily like that. But then he'd get caught, and that's what happened to him. He wasn't a battling centre midfielder. He shouldn't have been playing in that role. For me, he was like he was put in too soon.
A lad that never, it's weird to say because he scored 100 goals, but someone who never reached their full potential is Theo Walcott. Because even though he scored amazingly, he scored 100 goals or whatever it was for Arsenal.
Yeah,
Theo,
and he always he was going to be a striker, didn't he? That's
and the thing was, let's be fair, and that's not to knock him because Theo, I love Theo, and he tried his hardest and that, but he never did reach his full potential. He could have been absolutely awesome.
See, Eduardo was injury, guys. I mean, Rico Chamis. Eduardo was injury. I wouldn't put that down to anything other than injury. Walcott.
Ben, we'll have none of that on this channel about Wally Wilcott, yeah? We'll have none of that, Ben.
Yeah. Look at his face.
Do you know what? Wilcott was another one, though. He was playing him out wide. He was playing Walcott out wide, and Walcott was terrible when he had to make a decision, either cross or shoot. He never did either, did he?
They ain't got no profile picture, Ben.
Do you know what? I just thought of another one for the underrated people who you'd have had back, and that for me, I tell you, I think if he would have stayed at Arsenal, he would have been fantastic. And that was.
Can I see if I can guess? Can I? What you wasn't going to say Anelka, was you?
Yeah, Anelka.
Mm.
Anelka,
you know what?
If he stayed with us, I think he could have been as good as Henry.
He was quality. He never really. Do you know what? He had an amazing career, but he could have been so much better than he was.
Yeah, his finishing weren't nowhere near as good as Henry.
No. I don't know about that. He was quite deadly.
No, he was a good finisher, but he missed a lot of chances as well for Liverpool, Chelsea, and Arsenal. He was a really good player, but you watch his chart, his goal ratio per game compared to Henry was not the same. Nowhere near.
Yeah, but I think it would have been different if he stayed with us, John.
Yeah, maybe, but then again, Wenger. I don't know. I mean, even when Anelka went to Real Madrid, he didn't hit the heights of what he was good. He was a good player, but I thought, well, I tell you, actually, you could say Reyes.
Yeah, Reyes was another.
Yeah,
Reyes, because Reyes was going to be the next big. Reyes was good. Don't get me wrong. God rest his soul. But did he reach his full potential, Reyes? I don't think he did.
What about Carlos Vela?
Do you know what? Don't you remember that?
Yeah, another
Vela.
Going back to remember absolute out of him and got away with it. They were just hacking him down all through the game.
I think he was done after that. Lev, I think he was done after that. He didn't want to play in the Premier League after that.
He had no protection, did he? That's the thing. It's not like the league of today, is it?
Do you know who has changed this game, to be fair? We ain't really said it, but to be fair, Ceballos has been the best player on this pitch.
Yeah, he's been pinging them balls all over the place, mate.
Yeah, Ceballos has been man of the match for Arsenal, to be honest, since he's turned the game.
Well, we've got a corner here. Louise. Oh. Murray. No. Just pinball about.
What? Guendouzi, man.
You see, this is what I was saying. I was worried if we were going to have enough creativity in that midfield. Unfortunately, Torreira got injured, so we needed a more creative midfielder to come on. So maybe that has inadvertently made the difference. But I would have gone Torreira Ceballos rather than Guendouzi and
it's like
Torreira.
Guendouzi don't look up. He gets the ball and he passes it back. Look around you and pass it to someone else. Go forward.
Kesh just.
We've got a lot of midfielders that do that, though.
Yeah, you're right.
Kesh just said, he goes, I can't remember what he just said now. He just said about Song, but I actually think Arsene Wenger got the best out of Song because when he went to Barcelona, that was
Nelson.
I think Song done the job.
Well, I
think Wenger got the best out of Song because when Song went to Barcelona, it was game over, wasn't it? Like Alexander Hleb, which he's just mentioned. Hleb, some of these players, they think, grass is greener, and Alexander Hleb always regrets going to Barcelona.
Yeah, he said that. He said that, didn't he?
Yeah.
And I think Song made the mistake as well because Song was a really good player for Arsenal. He done all the dog work, didn't he? And he done it well.
Yeah, but when we had him, we were saying he weren't good enough. I remember that too.
Because we're sport fans at the same time as well.
We were comparing him to Vieira and
that's the problem. That's the problem. You're
Gilbert. Right. I mean, look, you got to say Gilberto was a good DM as well, wasn't he, mate? Underrated. Gilberto was very underrated for me.
Gilberto,
I was having a conversation with a Liverpool fan today about Henderson. All this hype about Henderson. What is going on? Like, he's not even good enough to be. He's not better than Gilberto Silva was. Do you know what I mean? What is the hype about Henderson?
Silva was class, mates. I'm telling you now, he was very, very. He was class, Gilberto Silva. He knew how to play the game, mate. He was a baller. That's a top midfielder he was.
We should start a new game. Instead of Where's Wally, we should start Where's Claude? Because a lot of people are asking that. Where's Claude? Where's Claude?
Claude goes home in the way, mate.
But Claude is here. Claude is here in one of these 4 boxes. You have to find him.
He's trusting us with his. We're being good boys.
Now, Claude is unwell, unfortunately, and so we're doing the watch-along.
Did he go to the game, Tel?
No, he's not well.
All right.
He's got the.
Just for people to know, Claude does go to a lot of the games. I mean, I go to the home games a lot, but Claude goes to away games too. So
he goes pretty much
to help him as well. We help him. We run the channel, like in the sense of we do the watch along when he's not around, boys. But we're only helping him out. At the same time, we've got our own thing coming up too. So we're helping each other. That's the situation with Claude. Yeah. He's unwell today.
Yes, helped us. Yeah.
Eddie. To be fair, Eddie's ain't had a bad half this half.
Oh,
he's working hard.
Julian, I can't wait to see him in the next 2 years because I think he's going to be a good player. Julio Baptista, when he came to Arsenal, he weren't no beast, man. Remember, he was named as the beast, and
he got 4.
I used to love him when he was before he came to us.
Yeah.
I loved him before he came to us. Suki.
Davil Suki. Nah, mate. Davil Suki.
No, we can't knock him,
No.
He was world class, mate.
Yeah, before he come to us, he was
world class. But the only thing is that he was at the end of his career when Arsenal signed him.
You know what? That's when it started. Around them times, when you started buying players at the end of their careers.
Yeah, it's true.
You should have seen it coming from around then.
Mind you, he scored some top goals as well for Arsenal.
Yeah. Do you know when you sometimes you go in the supermarket and you look for the yellow sticker, see what's been reduced?
Every day left.
Yeah. That's what our board does when they look for players right now. They're like, who's available? He's got a yellow sticker.
Yeah.
Who's that? It's David Luiz. We can get David Luiz. He's a year off his sell-by date. So should we get him?
Tom Bowler. It's a tin of sweet corn and a bit of Davil Suki.
There's always egg mayo in that reduced section as well, isn't there? Egg mayo.
Yeah, I don't fancy that. Do you, Liv? Do you know what I mean? My night's fly by.
I like to make my own egg mayo.
Coronation chicken.
When any of
that's the way.
Do we know when the FA Cup drawing?
What's that, Tel?
When's the what?
Do we know when the FA Cup drawing?
I can't hear.
Hold on, let's have a look.
The FA Cup draw.
Liverpool at home.
Yeah. Liverpool away will be our next one.
Oh, don't.
Good save by the keeper. Archie said it should be Friday, I think.
Oh, okay.
Cheers, Archie.
Or Thursday. I'm going to game Thursday.
Oh, now he's just guessing, isn't he? Oh, Friday or Thursday or.
Come on,
should
Archie,
be this
man. I'm backing you here.
This week. This week. It should be this week.
You're on the ball normally, Archie. Come on, man. Sort it out. I just wanted to. I'm sure the other guys here. I just want to say thank you to everyone that got involved tonight as well, because they've been really firing away with the questions, and it's been
great.
Yeah, it's been great. Thank you, all of you. Even Jamie, the Man United fan, who just decided to come on.
Jamie's always welcome. Jamie's
always welcome. Anyone's welcome on this channel.
Yeah, Jamie.
Jamie, where's the meatloaf?
Yeah, you like that, Johnny? He likes Oasis.
Oh, fair play. Oh, mate, yeah. I don't know if you follow me, Jamie. Feel free, mate. We'll have some come round, we'll have a tin of spam and talk about Oasis. I'm up for that. Sounds like a really nice guy. Just don't bring the shirt. Just don't bring the Man United shirt.
Yeah, we've got a good chance here now. Oh, see, Ed, where's Eddie? Eddie, you should have been there, man.
Jamie, what's your favourite Oasis track?
Oh, now that's an hard one. I've got a few.
I've got mine. You won't guess mine.
My one is because of the time, obviously the period, and all the boys together. It was Champagne Supernova. I love it.
It's a nice song.
It's a nice song.
It's quite pleasant to the ears.
It's a beautiful song, isn't it?
It is. It's very pleasant to the ears.
Do you know what I remember about Champagne Supernova? I was in Ibiza at the time when it came out, and all you had during the day was all the lads from up north in their balconies getting ready to go out, playing Oasis. That was it. Champagne Supernova, sunshine, and like we're all from North London. We all listen to garage and all that shit. So and R&B and hip hop. So it was a bit new to us, but got to give it their props, man. Oasis I wrote some good tracks.
The thing is with Oasis that type of music was needed at the time, and the thing was, even the Take That fans or the Prodigy fans jumped on the Oasis bag and say, "Johnny, what's the latest on the Muller Right?" Diesel, man, seriously, I've got some big news on that. I've got some big news on that, bruv.
They're sponsoring the podcast.
Dude, they're doing Cherry Bakewell ones at the moment for 55 pence.
Oh,
wow.
I'm telling you now.
We're not just a podcast, we're about exclusives, innit, Johnny?
It is, mate. My nights fly by. I'm telling you.
Hold on, lads. Mally Mo reckons Jordan Henderson reminds him a bit of Petit. Have a word.
No. You know what, man? If you say that again, I'll bang ya.
The guy played for France, one of the best greatest international teams you can have, and you're going to put Henderson in the same bracket as Petit.
I can't even believe you said that.
Mally Mo, don't even talk to me right now, mate. All right?
Yeah, I love Petit. You know what I love Petit? He threw his shimp at Duncan Ferguson, and Duncan Ferguson actually shit his pants. Yeah.
No chance, mate.
Well,
Go get the match up, Flip. I'm telling you.
Jack
coming off.
He's brought Shaka.
Who's he bringing on?
Shaka
Khan. Shaka Khan.
Shaka can't.
Why is he walking off like Ozil? What's the matter with him? Right, I'll tell you something. Ozil ain't going nowhere next season.
No, I don't think he is. He's staying forever, mate.
He's staying, mate. And if I was on 350 a week, I'll be staying as well.
Mate, you'd have to shoot me to get rid of me 350 a week.
Mate, seriously. He is rooted, mate. I'm telling you, Swamp Thing. He is rooted.
Do you know what? There's a conspiracy for you. Then, boys. Maybe they put a hit on him. And then, and unfortunately for them, Kolasinac saved his ass.
Kolasinac is going for saving him. What?
Maybe I've been watching too much Sopranos recently. But that's exactly what they say. 350,000. 350,000 we're paying for this.
Guess who's
got to get rid of him, Barley.
Guess who's got man of the match? David Luiz.
Yeah?
David Luiz has got man of the match. My man.
That's a great ball.
Mate, Maury can't be far off from there.
Eddie.
Maury's played good, mate.
He's had a good game. Come on.
It's quite commanding, isn't he?
He is. I agree. Come on, Shaka Khan.
I mean, obviously, 88 minutes on now, boys. But what's your feelings on Maury then?
I like
Maury's good, mate. He's even taking one for the team now. Yeah,
Maury's all right,
solid, mate.
I like him.
Solid. He's got height. So he's handled quite a lot.
So was it just a knee-jerk reaction then? Because he was 6 million. Why are we buying him? Why are we buying him?
I would sign him up tomorrow. Give him the 60 million.
He's all right, he's okay.
early days.
You heard that stuff
Would
with
you-
Daddy
Gotta be frank.
I'll give him the 60 million.
He's a good-looking chap, and all, isn't he? He's like an action man figure.
Sign him up
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Would you
mate.
play it? Would you play him ahead of Mustafi
What?
right now? Would
Right
you give
now?
him a go ahead of Mustafi?
I think
like,
that'd be
for the
about.
next- West Ham,
No.
West Ham at home.
I wouldn't, because it's not fair on
No,
Mustafi,
no.
because he's playing well, so he deserves a chance. Again,
This is a great question, boys. Mally Mo's but Terry, question: do you think our fan base will ever be united? No,
Never.
no.
Never.
You're
Not in
always,
moderation.
you're always, unfortunately, going to have the deluded side, and then the same side. I would say.
yeah.
At the moment,
The only way our fan base would ever be united is if we have a winning side again. Like we start winning titles, then everyone will keep their mouths shut for a bit. That will be the
I
only
dropped
time.
Louise. He just said I'd drop Louise. He got man of the match tonight. He's been brilliant. Who just said I'd drop Louise? He's been brilliant for Arsenal.
Have a word,
So I was
Archie.
there. Oh my God, I dropped Louise. Like, Archie, we were getting on so well. You are not coming round for spam. You're done, mate. You're done.
And apparently Jamie's at it again. I think he's just on a wind up now. Bruno Fernandes is better than Petit after what 2 or 3 games. He's decided.
I'm actually
Sabaya?
shocked. I'm
Why would
shocked.
Tobias not take a shot?
I know.
Do you know what? We don't shoot enough.
He
Do
passed
we?
it right back down that other.
Our midfielders don't shoot enough either.
Yeah, but that's
But you know what? You know what? If he just passed it back.
Go on, Springer.
Springer's just sprung himself into action in the last minute.
I was just watching you.
When
Mate.
Calm down, mate.
I thought that was excellent.
Guendouzi, Xhaka, all our midfielders, apart from Torreira, they all pass back all the time. That's the first
Sideways. They're all sideways and backwards. Sideways and backwards.
thing.
How many midfielders do we have that actually look to hit a killer pass? Like to split a defence open or take a chance or even run in the box and take shots on the edge and all that. We don't have anyone, do we?
No,
We
no.
don't.
Start
They're all
passing
very
back.
similar.
Nelson-
subbing, making substitutions there.
I know Nelson's coming off for Maitland-Niles with 2 minutes of injury time to go.
I hope they got that chain on.
I think
This
that's
is your chance.
Yeah.
This is your chance, not
He-
Maitland-Niles. Come
He
on.
definitely has pissed Arteta off, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Do you know what? You know he's pissed him off because that's what a manager does. He's thinking now, I don't have to even have a shower. I can go get changed. And he's thinking, no, mate, you're going on for 2 minutes. Go on. Now he's gonna have deep heat on and everything. He's gonna stink, so he's gonna have to have a shower now, isn't he?
Oh,
Lev,
why do you do stuff like that? Why do you
Been for ages. We just want to walk it in the net and score the perfect goal. We don't shoot anywhere near enough.
Diesel.
Diesel, you said you couldn't be on the podcast today, and you've been
you're always in the chat, Diesel.
in the chat, mate.
Diesel. I don't know if you're interested, mate, but tomorrow I'm Nordic walking. So are we still up for that?
I reckon he must be sitting there in his boxers. That's why he doesn't want to be live.
What, like the
Only-
dad out of the Goldbergs?
Only Johnny wants to see that in a vest and boxers.
Mate, seriously, then get it out, mate. Just relax, enjoy.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Amen, brother.
Oh, that,
Is that why they call him Diesel? Brum brum. Play with that gear stick, Johnny.
Oh my God. I've heard his nuts are so big he commutes to work on them.
I heard they call him Space Hopper. Yeah.
It's a King Pogo.
Anaconda, my arse.
Oh my God.
More like grass snake, mate.
Oh my God. Generally sitting here in my boxes. Diesel, that is a beautiful sight, mate. I bet. Guy's a legend, isn't he? He really is.
Here we go.
Portsmouth got a late chance here.
That's why I never introduced my missus to Diesel, because I'd lose her.
Portsmouth ball comes in straight out. That's got to be like tick of the game now.
It's been pretty uneventful for us at the back,
Right.
hasn't it?
Guys,
Dare I say it?
man, right, David Luiz has got man of the match by these guys. Who's your man of the match?
Danny.
Danny Ceballos, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm going to go... I'm going to go with Ceballos, yeah.
He's certainly changed the game, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Lev?
I'm going to go a bit different because I'm going to go a bit different. I'm not saying Ceballos hasn't changed the game, he has, but I'm going to go a bit different to say Mari because it was a debut. It was probably a bit of pressure. It's windy, it's down in Portsmouth, and he's been pretty solid, mate. He didn't any mistakes hardly, has he?
No.
So I'm going to go Mari.
Okay.
I'm just
John,
feeling the
who
crowd, yeah.
are you going with?
Can I have two?
I've just seen in the crowd, right?
I'll go Ceballos and Louise.
Go on. What's
Kelechi with that flipping juju stick.
What?
What?
You know Kelechi?
Yeah.
I've just seen him in the crowd with that juju stick. Wait a
Oh,
minute.
God.
I do like
What is
Kelechi.
that all about?
God knows.
Juju sticks, black magic stick, mate.
What?
Yeah, I know what Juju magic is, mate. Yeah,
Well, I'm telling you, Lev.
I don't want to talk about that on here.
I know
man.
what Juju is. It's the proper
I
way
ain't
of saying
talking about
voodoo,
it.
isn't it? Juju.
I ain't-
All right, sorry, Johnny.
Voodoo
Don't bring that
magic,
shit to my,
man.
don't bring that shit to my doorstep. Don't bring that shit to my doorstep, man. I ain't into that shit, all that fucking voodoo and fucking board shit where the thing moves. Fuck
man.
off, man. You're sick. You're all sick. That scares me, all that stuff, man. That Candyman shit.
I'm missing-
Jesus.
Right, boys, let's sum up now. Obviously, we was
Voodoo magic,
watching the Portsmouth Arsenal game. Arsenal beat them 2-0 in the FA Cup. We go forward into the quarterfinals. A game away from Wembley because it's a Wembley semi-finals now, isn't it? Unfortunately, don't know
Well,
why
it's
they've
been
done.
like that for a while now, mate.
Yeah, but I don't know why
terrible.
they should have kept it at Villa Park and Old Trafford and that. But we're one game away from Wembley for the semi-finals. Hopefully, we get a good draw again, boys. Give us your final thoughts, Sprinter.
And what, the whole game, mate?
Yeah, just your final thoughts on the
But
game.
everyone was fucking talking, mate. You know what I
Your
mean?
final thoughts. You don't have to run through the whole game, Springer. It's just your final thoughts.
It was a good game, mate. Do you know what I mean? Good football match. Ref's a wanker. Do you know what I mean? He booked Guendouzi for sarcasm, but yeah, it was a good game.
Yeah.
The defence didn't put a foot wrong as well.
No. Johnny?
Well, it was going well, man, until someone mentioned voodoo stuff, which I don't like. But I'll be honest, I was really comfortable, but I want to get off this show as quickly as possible because I do not like voodoo. You're bringing me your gypsy tears. I'm not having it. It went really, really well. Considering the side he put out, we done the job. Couple of good displays there in the second half. I think Ceballos certainly changed the game. Mari looks, as Lev rightly said, Mari looks a good prospect. Louise played well again. So, yeah, there's nothing you can knock, really. It was just a basic, we got the job done, didn't we? We done what we had to do, and we did it.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, Lev?
Do you know what, mate? It's what I would expect between a Premiership team and someone in the lower league. And that's, in the sense of we were comfortable. What was nice is to see that we were solid at the back, because the one thing, that could have got to us was some long balls or some, the physicality of the lower league, but we seem to handle it pretty well. I mean, nobody, you can't say anybody was outstanding, but it was a workmanlike performance, and we got a nice, comfortable 2-0 win. We managed to have a nice discussion in the chat because it was so, it was relaxed. It was unusual for us, to be honest with you.
Let's not forget this team are very hard to beat at home as well.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. But it was quite uneventful at the other end of the pitch.
It was relaxed. It was relaxed.
Yeah, it was nice. We could had a good chat.
I got Johnny going, man. Get your voodoo magic out of here, Archie. Go away with that. I've got to get out of here, man. This voodoo shit's taking over my life. Zoe, I love you. I've got to get out of here, man.
Now, like everyone said in the who's on with me, you know what I mean? It's been an easy game, really. We've done what we've had to do. 1-2-0. We move on now. We move on to the quarterfinals. Hopefully, we get a good draw. And who knows? You know what I mean? It could be another FA Cup in our cabinet. I won't get too carried away, but you know, we're in the quarterfinals now. We're only 2 games away from the final, so anything can happen. We move on now to West Ham the weekend. Hopefully a good win there, and then we're right back in for, you know, challenging for full spot. So even though we down last Thursday, you know what I mean?
Are we participating in a point?
Hopefully we've got something to look forward to, boys. I'd like to thank everyone in the chat because it's been fantastic.
Yeah,
great question.
Brilliant.
Had great laugh. I want to thank Claude for letting us use his platform and run alongside him for this watch-along. Thank you very much, mate.
Yeah, thanks, Claude.
Lev, give us a quick update on the channel, our channel, and where they can follow us.
Right, boys. Firstly, and everyone in that chat room, brilliant. You know what? Loads of questions. We had loads of different subjects we come across, and you know, everyone was really sort of involved in it. So we like that. And as you see, we don't care if you're fans from other teams and whatever. We like to have a chat and banter. So what we're going to be doing is a channel very much along those lines. It's going to be focused not only football, although we do love football. That's how we come together through Arsenal, the love of Arsenal. We'll be doing lots of different things with regards to football, boxing, MMA, darts. I mean, Johnny knows. I don't know if you know this and follow Johnny, but he does know a lot of the old darts legends. Not if you follow him, you might see it.
I know quite a few famous people, but I never mention it. You know.
He never mentions it. He's so humble. Horse racing. We know. You know, people that own horse racing, race horses, and train them, and can maybe give us tips. We'll be touching on movies. As guys, we all love films, right? 80s films in particular, we love. We find hilarious. TV series. We'll be talking about TV series, our favorite TV series, and then we'll be touching on more serious subjects like mental health. A few of us have been through different things. We'll have a mental health specialist on the panel who'll be able to help anyone in an open forum if they want to talk about things. We'll be talking about well-being and health, and there's loads of different subjects we'll be touching. And anyone that wants to get involved and suggest a subject we could talk about, feel free. But we're going to be on our own YouTube channel called Boardroom Bants, so please subscribe. We're also on Twitter at Room Bants. So please go and follow us on there, and we'll be coming up with our very own podcast very soon through that channel. There's talk of Only Fools and Horses. Don't know if you know this as well, but Johnny knows somebody from the cast. So there's going to be loads of different subjects we're touching. So as I say, please subscribe. Whether you're Arsenal, whether you're Man United, whatever type of fan you are, you seem we love to have a laugh. You seem we're open to discuss any subject. We don't take anything too seriously. So come on, join us and follow us, guys, and we'll have a laugh along the way.
Yes, well said, Lev.
Cheers, mate.
Well done,
I think that's covered it, isn't it? Yeah.
That's covered everything.
Did you mention as well that I've done a bit of TV and radio or not?
Yeah, Johnny's done a little bit of TV and radio.
Thank you.
It was at Animal Hospital, I think it was.
Modelling as well. Yeah. I used to model on the, as you know. Yeah.
Yeah. You used to do a bit of modelling.
If you don't know, you can get it on Catch Up. It's the dogging program.
That's the one. That's the one.
Dogging with Johnny. It's a 6-part episode.
Oh, mate, I'll tell you what. And it's just bring a doggy bag and you're welcome.
Oh, God.
And everyone, so we're on YouTube as Boardroom Bants, Twitter Room Bants, and Instagram as Boardroom Bants and all. So everyone, please go and give us a follow. Go and give us a subscribe. Subscribe also to Gooner Claw TV. And obviously we've got loads of things in the pipeline. So I hope everyone has a good week. We'll see you the weekend. And peace out. See you soon.
Thank you.
Yeah, really nice to see you guys. Yeah, take care.
Thanks a lot, guys.